This is WNML FM Friendsville, WNML AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. It wasn't too long ago that the Dolphins had a commanding division lead and looked like a dangerous team in the AFC playoffs. But anything that can go wrong pretty much has in Miami. They've lost several key defensive players, and now they're staring at a chilly weather forecast in Kansas City. Get ready for 0 degrees and high wind at Arrowhead. Considering the Finns are 0-10 in their last 10 games under 40 degrees, this is shaping up to be an unceremonious end to what was once a very promising season. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up. And if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Rebuild your family, regain your freedom, renew your life. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Very tough games away from home, both on neutral site courts and opposing teams' gyms and arenas. So we'll talk Tennessee at Mississippi State this afternoon. We'll talk to Austin Price of VolQuest on today's show. He will join us at the halfway point, 1:30. Austin Price of VolQuest will join us as he does every week, thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We invite you to join us. You can call or text in 865-656-9900 to be a part of today's show, as Tennessee continues to look for offensive linemen to be a part of the team in 2024 and beyond. We'll cover that. A lot going on here, a little more than a week into 2024.
Yeah, maybe getting a piece of the puzzle, small part of the solution with offensive linemen. I think Tennessee is –
Is that what you've heard?
I think Tennessee's done a pretty good job. I mean, you can kind of look at the tea leaves. You look at John Campbell's tweet. And you kind of put two and two together and assume that Tennessee is going to be bringing in a left tackle. And so that's how I'm looking at it. We'll see how it plays out. We know how recruiting is and how fluid it can be. So that is potentially good news. But Tennessee basketball, man, playing on the road, hostile environment, at the hump, one of the toughest places to play inside of the SEC, playing against a team that is going to be physical, just like them. And so if you are one of those sports fans that like football and rugby and wrestling just because of the physicality, and you don't really like basketball that much because you don't have it, this might be the night to watch Tennessee basketball and Mississippi State, because it's going to be physical. And you You can't win a championship at home. Tennessee's basketball record has been great over the last couple of years at home, but if you're going to win, it has to be in a neutral site arena, and there's a chance that depending on where the draw is, you may have to play in front of a crowd that may feel like an away game. So this is a really good test for this basketball team tonight.
Did you see what John Rothstein tweeted earlier today from CBS Sports? Covers the world of college basketball. Tennessee is averaging 81.1 points per game during its 7-game winning streak. Entering tonight's tilt with Mississippi State and Starkville, the Bulldogs are attempting to avoid an 0-2 start in SEC play. A word to the wise, don't show up if you're soft. This game matters to Mississippi State.
Must win for them.
Tennessee blew out Ole Miss, but the odds makers set this line at Tennessee by 2. Tennessee can't take any of the 90 points from the Ole Miss game with them tonight. So the odds makers are saying, okay, Tennessee, you're really good, but let's show us what you can. You need to show us what you can do on the road against what is a quality team in Mississippi State. Their goal is to be an NCAA tournament team this year.
So if you're Mississippi State, you're trying to take Tennessee out of the game. Their coach, Chris Jans, on Monday said that Tennessee plays a style of basketball offensively that they're not accustomed going up against. He kind of equated to like an old school way of where you have a lot of screens and you have a lot of cuts, and Tennessee does a really good job of reading what the defense is doing rather than, playing essentially AAU ball. And so I think that favors Tennessee because it gives Tennessee an opponent that doesn't have a ton of time to prepare for what they want to do offensively. But I look at Tennessee's offense over the last couple of years, the motion offense, and it hasn't really changed that much. I mean, it looks the same for the most part. The pieces are different. The skill set of the players are different. But you're going to get hard cuts. You're going to get a team that's unselfish with the ball. The assist-to-turnover ratio was remarkable, unbelievable versus Ole Miss. So you can expect that. Tennessee's going to make the extra pass to get the best shot, not just a good shot. So if you're Mississippi State, you got to be patient on defense. You better rebound because Tennessee was able to offensive rebound, hit the glass in a huge way against Ole Miss.
Tennessee is 13th in the nation in assists to field goals made. That ball movement has been at a very high level so far. And that starts with Zakai, but that spreads throughout the lineup that Tennessee has out there.
Yeah, it's culture, man. It goes back to culture. Guys sharing the basketball, guys making sure that they get the best shot for their team rather than taking just a good shot. And when you have your teammate that's put in the work to be able to make open shots, because sometimes dudes don't throw you the ball because they don't think you're going to make it. They don't think you're going to make the right play. So they're like, oh, yeah, that's Josh over there open. He ain't going to make the right play. He's not going to make it, so I'm not going to pass it to him.
Josh probably would, but
unlucky day. But like,
sure.
When you have a Josiah Jordan-James and a Vescovy and a Ziegler and a Meshack, when you have all these guys in, a Jonas Adu, all these guys can shoot it. And so when you have a good shot, but you see your teammate who has a better shot, you want to make sure not only you throw him the ball, but you give him a good pass in his shooting pocket so he can shoot the ball with high efficiency. So it goes back to culture, though. Like, it goes back to relationships off the court. It goes back to relationships between, coach and players. That's why I love this time of the year, being able to watch our basketball program, because these guys play the game the way it's supposed to be played. They represent the Power T the way it's supposed to be represented.
You brought up Monday the improved free throw shooting from Tobe Awaka.
46% to 74%.
That's quite a jump. The team has made quite a jump from last season to this year. They're shooting slightly better as a team, and we have a greater sample, of course, of the entire season last year to what we've seen this season, but also really good non-conference competition. But last year, Tennessee's free throw percentage, they were 222nd in the country.
Goodness gracious, that's terrible.
This year, they're 13th.
That's good.
It's a lot better.
That's really good.
So if they can keep up a lot of what we've seen, sharing the basketball, making good decisions, hitting free throws, because from the field, they probably are who they are at this point. If they're shooting about the same clip as last year, they're a little bit better from behind the three-point line, but there's going to be variance to that as well. But if you can be consistent getting to the free throw line, and I think they're also getting there a little bit more. If you can get there a little bit more than you used to, and you shoot at a higher rate than you did, your offense just improves from that. And it changes the way that you can play if you're confident in the ability to get to the free throw line and the ability to hit those free throws. Like Awaka, as you brought up, are you even comfortable having him on the court if he can't shoot free throws? Probably not. If you're comfortable with him going to the line, you're more comfortable and confident in him being out there on the floor when it matters.
And it helps you during those cold spells, when the ball is just not dropping. I mean, you're getting wide open shots, and there's so many different places you can go to look at efficiency. KenPom is a great tool for many, but I think there's another one where it tells you how many good shots a team took. In Tennessee, so many occasions took really good shots. They just didn't make those shots. But you still got to win the game. You can't go, well, I guess we're just going to lose them because we're not making shots. No, you got to find a way to win the game.
Yeah.
And the way you win the game using a different way than just shooting wide open jump shots is you get to the rim, you force fouls, you get to the free throw line, and this team has proven that, hey, you can make those free throws, and that might be the 7 or 8 or 10 points from the line that you may need to push you over the hump and get the dub.
7 o'clock tip. We'll have Vol Network coverage at 6:30 for tonight's game, Tennessee and Mississippi State. Do you want to know what our friend Ken Pomeroy says? KenPom.com.
Always.
What do the numbers crunch out? 71-69.
Is he your hero? Is KenPom your hero? Ken Pomeroy, is he one of your heroes?
He's high on the list.
I figured.
Bill Conley's in the room, SP+.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy.
Anybody that has put together some kind of spreadsheet formula is up for consideration. You're like Rick Barnes, he's up for the Hall of Fame. He's a college basketball or a basketball Hall of Fame nominee. These guys, they're on the list of Josh Ward's super Twitter list.
Would you get, starstruck if we met him in person?
Yeah, I'd be very nervous.
Would you ask him for an autograph?
Wait. Well, I'd send him a PDF and see if he would sign it. Will you sign this PDF and email it back to me?
Hey, man,
that's what I would ask.
That dude is really, really, really smart. But.
So KenPom thinks very highly of Tennessee as a team, at least what his numbers say, top 5 in the country, just like the AP poll. But the numbers project a close one. So Tennessee can't be of the mindset, we just whipped up on Ole Miss, we're good. They need to be locked in and focused. If they are, I think they'll win the game. We'll talk about who steps up, who can lead the way for Tennessee tonight as the afternoon goes along. You can join us. Call or text in 865-656-9900 as we talk Tennessee, Mississippi State tonight, as we talk Tennessee football heading into 2024 with the search for offensive line help top of mind, the latest around the world of college football. We'll cover it all right here on Josh and Swain.
Yesterday's transistor radio is today's cell phone, but the signal is now worldwide. Stream us everywhere. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
Keith Powell Heating and Cooling is giving you a free furnace with a purchase of a Lennox Complete HVAC system. Special financing deals and rebates up to $1,500 until February 8th, 2024. Details at KeithPowellHVAC.com or call at 865-483-9223.
This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com and catch a sweet deal to Payro's Bar and Grill. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. Don't miss this one to Payro's Bar and Grill, going live Friday morning at 9. Join the team at the YMCA of East Tennessee, where work is play. Whether you love sports, fitness, swimming, or working with kids, bring your passion to their mission at the Y. Positions include opportunity for benefits, including insurance, paid time off, a free Y membership, and a $500 sign-on bonus. From part-time jobs to lifelong careers, your work at the Y will help strengthen the foundations of our community. Apply online at ymcaknoxville.org/careers.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville on Callahan Drive. When you're looking to make your next car purchase, think about these things. Rusty Wallace Kia's fantastic selection. We've got more cars on the ground than we've had in years. Think about the incredible warranty with our exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. And think about the excellent service before, during, and after the sale. You'll get it all when you choose Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and as we head deeper into 2024, it's time for the Super Wildcard Weekend. Are you ready to make some money? My clients and I won again last week, 6-0 basketball run over the weekend. Football wins again, going 4-2 on Sunday. Are you ready to turn a profit? This is a huge weekend, and it's time to start winning. Go to FatJackSports.com. Get signed up today. It's less than $100 a week to win betting the games through at least the Super Bowl. FatJackSports.com, the only place you need to go to turn a profit betting the games.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, it's me, Tracy King at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and you'll receive your home's highest cash offers in seconds. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and start packing.
Keith Powell Heating and Cooling is giving you a free furnace with a purchase of a Lennox Complete HVAC system. Special financing deals and rebates up to $1,500 until February 8th, 2024. Details at KeithPowellHVAC.com or call at 865-483-9223.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
CumulusDigital.com. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal, on AM 640 The Sports Monster in the Tri-Cities. Thank you for being with us. However you are listening to the show, you can watch as well. Join the chat on YouTube. Subscribe when you stop by the Sports Animal YouTube page where we are live today with a lot to cover, and we invite you to join us as always at 865-656-9900. We'll talk more hoops as the afternoon goes along, with Tennessee playing tonight at Mississippi State. 2 road games this week. 7 o'clock tip tonight against Mississippi State, and then the Vols will play at Georgia coming up on Saturday. We'll talk football, as I mentioned along the way. I saw Mike Wilson of the News Sentinel sharing a link a few minutes ago. Tennessee finished 17th in the AP and coaches polls for the 23 football season. The Vols finished 9-4 with the win in the Citrus Bowl. In the coaches poll, one voter who didn't put Tennessee in his top 25, Jim Mora Jr., who left a little bit salty after the Tennessee win against UConn. It's a blowout win for the Vols. He did not rank Tennessee in his top 25 ballot. He did rank Iowa number 18.
You know, Jim, you know you messed up, right? you being petty, you being in your feelings, only made yourself look bad. So, Jim, tell me this. Does it look better to lose 59-3 to an unranked team or to the 17th ranked team in the country? I don't know, Jim. You tell me.
I have other voters' information, which folks can do with it what they will. And by the way, I kind of laugh about poll positions in college football once we get outside of the main spots. And in the end, Tennessee's number 17. That's pretty good, right? Highest ranked team with less than 10 wins, I believe, in the AP poll at least. Before that, yeah. I kind of laugh about all the poll positions for these teams.
No, after that.
Highest ranked.
Before that, you said the 17 was pretty good.
Pretty good. You think it's really good?
No, I think it's just good.
Oh, which one's better, pretty good or good? I don't know which order that. Pretty good's better than good?
Yeah,
because it's pretty.
Correct. Okay. Ain't ugly good.
Okay, well then, yeah, number 17 is good. We're in alignment there. Somewhere between good and pretty good. But
listen, I'm not letting the bar drop.
VFL Jason
in
Swain.
2024.
Okay,
I'm not letting it happen.
Okay,
so language is very important here.
Okay,
what is said, what we allow to be said, is very important. 17 is not a place I want to be comfortable at. Okay, like I get it. You lost Hendon. You lost some really good players. Mm-hmm. You're still rebuilding. You're still turning over a roster that you inherited. I get that. But Josh Heupel ain't come here just to be pretty good or good. Not after you winning 11 games. Not after being number one in the country. Not after literally having a chance to taste an opportunity to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 17 is it's good. It's okay. Like, when I came to Tennessee, I watched 2001 Tennessee team have a chance to play national championship. I watched the 98 team, 99, 2000. Like, I watched these teams have a high bar, high standard. When I got here, my first year, we lost 3 games in the regular season, lost the 4th in the Peach Bowl. My second year, we had an opportunity to play for SEC championship game and came up short. My junior season, I don't want to talk about it. My senior season,
you guys run ranked.
We had an opportunity. Yep, we had an opportunity. Had a good team. Ball didn't bounce our way. And during those years, I was given a SEC East ring. I was given a bowl ring. None of those I wear. Why? Because that wasn't the goal at the beginning. The goal was to compete for a championship. I didn't do it. So I'm not going to lower the bar just to make myself feel good because I didn't accomplish my goal. And that's not what we're doing here in 2024. Okay. Being ranked 17 was not the goal. Now, it's not as bad as many people may put it, but I'm not going to pretend like, oh, yeah, but 17, that was a target. It was good. It was a good, solid year. Nothing more. It wasn't pretty good. That's not the standard. That's not what we're striving to be, and that's not why these dudes are going to be working in the offseason, their butt off, to replicate what they did the previous season.
So in 12 months, on January 10th, 2025, if we're talking about Tennessee finishing 17th in the AP and coaches polls.
You do a backflip? For 17? 17? No. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's in the middle. It's like it's good. We're not moving the bar up and down to fit a narrative. We're not doing that. I'm not allowing that in 2024. Set your bar. If you don't reach it, you don't reach it. Work harder to reach it. You don't lower it to make yourself feel better. That's all I'm saying. For 17, good. Not pretty good, Josh Ward.
So a good ranking for Tennessee.
There you go. Now we can continue.
But for another coach out there, tell me if this name sounds familiar. And I want to get back into that because I love what you said. But I've got to bring this up. There's a coach who also didn't have Tennessee on his ballot, did have Iowa higher, barely in, Iowa number 25, Tennessee unranked. And I think he's the new coach at Tulane. He coached at Troy. His name is John Summerall. Now, if I pull his bio up.
That's that Wildcat coming out in him. You know, Wildcat fans are delusional. They're delusional, man. Kentucky football fans are delusional. That's Summerall.
John Summerall is a very good coach. He's a riser in the industry. He played at Kentucky, and he played with Jason Swain at Grissom High School in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, it's my high school teammate. He's still a Kentucky guy through and through. He's delusional.
That's probably a record ranking. Iowa's number 25, barely made it in. Tennessee left off his ballot with a record worse by one game head-to-head. We can tell which result was better. But John Summerall left Tennessee off his top 25, a slight to his former teammate, Jason Swain.
Well, I'm not on the team. But when I was on team and he was on team in Kentucky, Tennessee wasn't unranked them years. And Tennessee was dang sure undefeated versus his teams. You know what, John? I try to be nice, teammate. I didn't want you to get that Kentucky job. I didn't want to get that Kentucky job because I didn't want ill will towards his program with him being the head coach. But you know what? Since he did that, I don't care if Stoops goes to Iowa, A&M, or whatever. And I hope Summerall goes to Kentucky. I hope he goes to Kentucky so we can lay the slap down.
You wish a Grissom teammate would.
Left and right.
Also, this one, it entertains me because of the narrative that exists. Tennessee fans and really any fan base when it comes to ESPN. Reese Davis, as an AP voter, did not put Tennessee in his top 25. He did rank Iowa number 18. So similar to Jim Moore Jr.
All right, so what teams are in 20s? I need to see that. I need to know that.
Of the actual poll?
Yeah, between 20 and 25.
So I don't have these voters' individual polls in front of me. The teams that came in the top 25, 20 to 25, Clemson, NC State, SMU, Kansas. Iowa finished 24th in the actual poll, and then Liberty. Clemson finished 20th. Again, this is the actual poll. Tennessee finished 3 spots ahead of Clemson. Tennessee was the highest-ranked team with less than 10 wins, which I think is pretty good. We're officially on the show labeling it just good.
I mean, Clemson, they're 9-4, just like we were.
Yeah, same record as Tennessee. Finished the back half of the season on a much stronger note.
You know what? I got triggered because Summerall's a Wildcat.
Mm-hmm.
But if I got to take a step back, I do have to understand that Missouri game was ugly.
Well, margin was under 30.
The Missouri game was ugly.
Yeah, 36-7.
Yeah, it was at the end of the year. It was ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't blame anybody for not having Tennessee ranked in top 25. I just think if you're Jim Moore Jr., you better have Tennessee ranked number 1 with how they spanked you. It makes you look bad that you got beat down by an unranked team.
Number 1 to us based on what we saw.
Yeah.
We'll come back. The bar. Jason Swain says, keep it up there.
I'm lowering the bar, man.
865-656-9900. What do you say as we continue on Josh and Swain?
To receive breaking news on the Tennessee Vols, text the word Vols to 865-656-VOLS to 865-656-9900. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Fifth-ranked Tennessee takes its 7-game win streak on the road into Starkville, Mississippi tonight as the Vols take on Mississippi State in SEC play. The Vols are coming off a conference opening win over Ole Miss over the weekend, while the Bulldogs are coming off an SEC opening loss to South Carolina Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Catch the game right here with coverage starting at 6:30 on 99.1, The Sports Animal. Other ranked teams in men's college hoops tonight at 7 o'clock. Number 3 Kansas battles UCF. Number 21 Clemson takes on Virginia Tech. At 8 o'clock, NC State hosts number 7 North Carolina. 13th ranked Memphis gets UTSA. At 8:30, 4th ranked UConn battles Xavier. Ohio State takes on number 15 Wisconsin. At 9 o'clock, number 9 Oklahoma faces TCU. And number 11 Marquette welcomes Butler. Couple of NBA games tonight. Celtics get the Timberwolves at 7. Sixers face the Hawks at 7:30. Pelicans take on the Warriors at 8:30. And the Raptors get the Clippers at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
The sights and sounds of a new season, a fresh start, the possibilities.
Any good team always begins with the end goals in mind.
Hi, I'm Mark Pankratz, former UT men's basketball coach and now financial advisor for Axiom Wealth Management.
And I'm Daniel Ramsey, also with Axiom Wealth Management. Whether in sports or in life, the only way to achieve success is to plan for it.
At Axiom, we listen to your financial goals and dreams and will work with you to achieve those goals.
Every victory starts with a plan.
Start yours with Axiom Wealth Management. Email me today at mark.pankratz@nm.com.
Axiom Wealth Management, a Northwestern Mutual.
It's time to transform your old, outdated kitchen into the dream space you and your family want. Kitchen Sales can make those dreams a reality. Kitchen Sales carries the largest selection of fine kitchen and bathroom cabinetry that ranges from a more affordable line all the way up to a fully custom line. See the selection for yourself at one of their 2 amazing showrooms, Hoyt Avenue, just off Cherry Street, and in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy. For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen Sales, cabinets and countertops. We are the place to shop. Come on down.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan. Are you looking for the best deal on a new Nissan or a quality pre-owned vehicle? Do you want to be treated right before, during, and after the sale? Do you want it all? Oak Ridge Nissan is the place for you. You'll be treated the way you deserve to be and receive service second to none. Whoa, don't forget, if you got a trade, you got it made. Up to $8,000 over Kelley Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. Thinking pre-owned? Oak Ridge Nissan's pre-owned vehicles are also pre-inspected for your peace of mind. One-stop shopping, folks. Sales, service, and the best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle, period. Don't make a $10,000 mistake over a 10-minute drive. Get to Oak Ridge Nissan, just 10 minutes down Pellissippi Parkway, and that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan. You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Benchmark Physical Therapy, along with Dreyer Physical Therapy and Results Physiotherapy, are the leading physical therapy providers dedicated to bringing you back to your best. With more advanced certified local clinicians than anyone in the region, the Benchmark family of clinics focus on proven methods to achieve outcomes that exceed national standards. Benchmark therapists know the importance of establishing trust with their patients. With over 40 locations in the Knoxville area, there's one close to you, including North Peters, Von Orr, Carnes, and Kodak.
Managing your online presence takes time, effort, and expertise. It can overwhelm even the savviest business owner. So, meet Cumulus Boosts. We're experts at boosting the online presence for businesses of every type. We make sure potential customers can easily find you and really like what they find. Your website, online listings, consumer reviews, and more. Cumulus Boost, online at cumulusboost.com. CUMULUS boost.com.
I've lost 76 pounds, and I want to brag about it. Hey, what's up? It's Tyler Ivins. You know me. That's right. Brag Weight Loss and Wellness has absolutely been a game changer. Not only have I lost 76 pounds in the beginning, during the pandemic, I put more than half of that weight back on, and I've successfully lost it again, all thanks to Dr. Terry Bragg. And they're so proud to be Strong Science certified, ensuring that you'll lose 40 pounds in just 40 days. And better yet, you'll sustain it. If you're ready to transform your life and brag about it, visit bragweightlossandwellness.com to start your Strong Science certified journey to a healthier you.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. And when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Clouds and winds are lingering on this Wednesday. That adds up to a wind chill factor all day long. Just tell yourself it's in the 30s. That's what it feels like, thanks to that southwesterly wind still gusting to around 25 miles per hour. High today only 42 degrees. Then tonight we'll watch that sky clear. Still a bit of a wind making it feel colder, low 34. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group, East Tennessee's #1 family law and divorce attorney group. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group to help your family in their hardest times. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Tennessee basketball tonight, 7 o'clock tip. Vol Network coverage will begin at 6:30. Vols at Mississippi State. Game number 2 in SEC play. Mississippi State trying to avoid an 0-2 start. It will matter to the Bulldogs. Tennessee will have to be ready first road game in conference play. We'll talk more about that. But last segment, Swain, you mentioned the bar. Keep it where it is. You and I think, are going to be in total agreement here. Don't lower the bar. Set the bar, the goal where you want it to be. If you don't get there, then
you failed.
And then you'll have the next conversation. I think too often we worry about what the goal is, what the expectation is, and the reaction can then be over the top one way or the other. If you go above the goal, the reaction can be over the top in what it means next, because one year to the next means nothing. What happened in 2022 means nothing for the 24 team, right? But this past season, they didn't reach their goals. So take the accomplishment for what it was. Could have been worse, too. But you didn't win the East. There's no East to win anymore. It's going to be just the top 2 teams playing for the SEC title. Also, you have a 12-team playoff instead of a top 4. But because the 23 season didn't go Tennessee's way, now you have Nico taking over. The program wants to compete for championships. So, okay, let's keep the standard and the bar and the goal of what we want to do right up here, and let's go for it again in 24.
I got an example for you. So if you are a student and your goal, your bar is to make an A, and you get your grade back and it's a B+, you don't say, well, okay, I'll take a B+ and lower the bar. Because if you do it that time, you'll do it again.
Next time you're okay with a B.
You're okay with a B. And then you'll do it again and again and again. And then before you know it, you are okay with C's. You are okay with being average. No. You say, I made a B+, I failed. You don't try to make yourself feel good by lowering the bar. You say, no, I failed. And what does that do? That makes you study more. That makes you get better. That makes you work harder. And then the next time, you'll make that A. One thing that drove me crazy about a previous head coach is when it came to promotion, when it came to marketing, when it came to the preseason and talking about the standard Tennessee and we've won championships and this is what we try to do and, hey, we want to recruit you to help us win a championship. That's good, but the moment you win 9 games and you didn't win the East, now you want to say, well, we won 9 games. We won 9 games. We had a good season. That's not the point. The point is the bar was set at one point and you allow it to drop. Not doing that. You showed me a great video during the break. Bill Belichick, during the heydays with the Patriots, the utter disgust he had for even touching the AFC Championship trophy.
He couldn't pass it off to somebody else quick enough.
Like, this ain't the goal.
Yep.
We're in it for championships. This ain't the goal. Or Kobe, when Kobe got eliminated in the playoffs, or Kobe lost to the Celtics or lost in the finals. Oh, Kobe, you got to the finals. That wasn't the goal. The goal is to win championships. That's what we hear. Now, understand, there's programs that have to embrace the process and understand that there's steps. So no one is expecting Mike Elko in year number 1 at Texas A&M to be championship or bust, or the bars raised to a certain level in year number 1. But there are programs like a Georgia, like Ohio State, like a Michigan right now. Florida State may enter that. Alabama. If it's not a championship, it's a failure. It's a failure. And, the great Nick Saban, I know folks don't like him because he's the coach of Alabama, but the dude's a champion, and he does something right. But he always would say, don't waste a failure. That's an opportunity to evaluate. It's an opportunity to get better. It's an opportunity to learn from those mistakes and not make them again.
He uses that as a consistent message to young people who have the opportunity to grow in front of them.
Don't waste a failure. So if preseason your goal was to win 10 games, or your goal was to be in the championship hunt, and you didn't reach it, don't be trying to give me no SEC East ring. Don't be trying to give me no Tax Slayer Bowl ring and Cheez-It Bowl ring. No, you didn't reach it. Now you can highlight the positives during that season. Hey man, this guy rushed for program's best 7-something yards per carry in Jalen Wright. Like, you can highlight good things that happen, but don't be lowering the bar on team goals and then expect the next team to want to strive to reach that bar. No, you've lowered it. You lowered the bar, so they'll just try to touch the lowered bar instead of touching the bar that was at the top in the first place.
Well, that's one of the examples for the current situation for Tennessee, which I think you brought up on yesterday's show of, well, don't just look at the overall statistic or the overall ranking, which was better for Tennessee, the rushing ranking in the overall offense of Tennessee in 2022, or what the Vols did in 2023. This past fall, Tennessee led the SEC in rushing, but the running game was not good enough because they couldn't run the ball against Florida. They couldn't run the ball as a team for 4 quarters in the other 3 losses. So it's great that they put up huge numbers against Virginia and UConn, and also Kentucky and Texas A&M. So they did it in a couple of big SEC games, but they couldn't run it in some other SEC games, and it kept them from having a chance to win. Yeah. They couldn't run against Florida. They couldn't get the offense going. So they led the SEC in rushing, but they weren't as good over 12 games as they needed to be running the football. So Jalen Wright had a terrific season, but I promise he's looking at a few games saying, man, if we could have done this, our team could have done that.
Yeah, like you don't ignore the good moments during the journey.
Right.
I mean, James Pierce, it was fun watching him play. It was fun watching Jalen Wright do his thing. The South Carolina game, watching Kamal Hadden, redemption. He was a player that was criticized so much by his own fan base and other fan bases, how he played, how he tackled versus Florida, and changed the game around completely versus South Carolina with the pick 6. D. Williams with his, punt return against Texas A&M. Like, we're not forgetting about the good moments, but you want to be a championship program, like, it starts in your mind first. Like, the 2022 team, they started winning when they believed that they deserved to win. Like, when we played Florida at home in 22, and there were so many people saying, I'm going to pick Florida because, we just find ways to lose to Florida. Because in our mind, we just don't think we can beat Florida. Well, you start winning those games in the summer when you believe that you can win those games. So it starts in your mind first. You got to believe it before you actually can achieve it. And so with Harbaugh just coming off a championship, like, that team prepared to win a championship. They didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, we're pretty good, let's go win a championship. Like, they expected to win. You have to learn how to win, expect to win before you actually do it. And so we have players on this team that was part of that 22 season, and hopefully they're training this offseason to expect to win, to prepare to win more than they did in 23.
My expectation for the next segment, I want to finish top 2 in the face-off. We'll hit that when we come back. Tough questions from Joel Silverberg around the corner. More Tennessee football talk, including Austin Price of Allquest at 1:30. We continue right here on Josh and Swain.
When you want to get away from all the daily noise, escape to These Sports Animals Stream on our app, smart speaker, or online. Text STREAM to 656-9900 for a listing of ways you can stream us.
Hey, it's Josh. If you want to be better in the health department, if you want to improve your fitness, if you have fitness goals that you're looking at in front of you, Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center can help you reach them. When you sign up at Fort Sanders, right off Kingston Pike from Pellissippi Parkway, you can go through a fitness evaluation after you sign up. No long-term contracts, by the way. You sign up month to month. They can then help establish where you are, what goals you want to hit, and how you can get there. They can come up with a workout plan for you. They have more than 85 group fitness classes that take place every week. You can join those classes. They are included in your membership. If you just need equipment and space to get a workout in, they have you covered for weight training, cardio. There is an indoor track that's very popular this time of year. I love using it for walking, jogging, running inside while the weather is what it is outside. They also have an indoor pool. It's available to you 12 months out of the year. As I mentioned, no long-term contracts when you sign up. They also have complimentary child care for family memberships. Kingston Pike, right off Pellissippi Parkway. Tell them the Sports Animal sent you to Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
This has been a paid announcement. Keith Powell Heating and Cooling is giving you a free furnace with a purchase of a Lennox Complete HVAC system. Special financing deals and rebates up to $1,500 until February 8th, 2024. Details at keithpowellhvac.com or call at 865-483-9223.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Shopping for an auto loan? Shopping for a vehicle is easy the ATFCU way. Talk to Alcoa 10 before you shop so you can hit the lots with a same-day pre-approved loan. And you can get behind the wheel of that new or used car or truck. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Green Meadow Wine and Spirits is your locally owned liquor, beer, and wine store, featuring one-stop shopping for your parties and wedding receptions, offering 5-star service with a broad variety of liquor, wine, and beer at prices that are second to none. They guarantee your satisfaction. Conveniently located at Hunter's Crossing in Alcoa, near Walmart and Lowe's. Follow Green Meadow Liquor, Wine, and Beer Experts on Facebook and Instagram. Questions? Just give them a call at 865-970-7777. Open every day from 9 till 10, Sundays noon till 6.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. The Celtics will put their perfect home record on the line as they host Minnesota tonight in Boston. The T-Wolves won the first meeting between these two teams back in November, but Minnesota is coming in having played in Orlando on Tuesday night. The BetQL 5-star best bet not only likes Boston to stay undefeated at home, they also like the Celtics to cover the number as well. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain next to VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. We're on social media. Connect on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Josh and Swain. Give us a follow there. We'll talk to Austin Price at 1:30, Braden Gall at 2 o'clock. A lot of Tennessee and college football to cover. The latest with Tennessee's pursuit of offensive line help. We'll talk to Austin about that coming up 40 minutes from right now. Right now, here in the final segment of hour number 1, we hit today's face-off.
You want some? Come get some! Head-to-head, toe-to-toe. Let's go one-on-one with today's face-off.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man!
Are you ready?
Let's get this mother crock!
Joel, what do you have for us today?
Which NFL playoff return is more intriguing? Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford returning to Detroit to face the Lions, or Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill returning to Kansas City to face the Chiefs?
I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City because both teams are struggling offensively. We understand the firepower that a guy like Patrick Mahomes possesses, a guy like Tyreek Hill, what he can do and snap of a finger, but their teams, their offenses, they've been struggling. And so I want to see which team, which offense will be able to break through. Miami's going on the road to face Kansas City. And I don't know if you check the weather, but it's cold in Tennessee. You know it's going to be cold in Kansas City.
Cold.
Yeah.
I am intrigued by both. I'm going to say Stafford going back to Detroit because Lions fans have been waiting for this opportunity. They get to host a playoff game. They were cheering for their guy Stafford a couple years ago on their run to the Super Bowl with the Rams. And now Stafford's coming back in to try to ruin this great return to the postseason for Detroit Lions fans.
It's National Save the Eagles Day. Can the struggling Philadelphia Eagles still win the NFC?
No chance. It's not happening. They're not better than the Cowboys. They are not better than the Lions. I just don't see it happening. So the answer is no. You can't lose the amount of games they've lost leading up to the playoffs and then snap your finger and everything is just fine. No.
It's a reminder of how long the journey is in an NFL season. It's 18 weeks during the regular season plus what you have to do in the postseason. If you go back a month and a half ago, they are riding high. They have one loss. They've just beaten Kansas City and Buffalo in back-to-back weeks with the win against Dallas before that. And it seems like they can't lose. They will figure out a way to win no matter the opponent. And they haven't been able to figure out how to win except for a home win where they struggled to it against the New York Giants. I don't see it. I guess it would be a total surprise, a total shocker. I'm not buying it. I think the Eagles are done as far as being NFC title contenders this year.
What is the best matchup for the wild card round of the NFL playoffs?
Oh, boy. The best matchup. Not the most intriguing, not the most entertaining, but the best matchup. I might have to go with the Browns and Texans. Because you have a defense in the Browns that's championship level going up against C.J. Stroud, who this year alone, top 5 quarterback. Like, top 5. Holy. So I think that might be the best matchup. They're playing at home. D'Amico Ryans is a rookie head coach. I'm going with the Browns, Texas, as the best matchup.
I'm going to go to Lions-Rams. I think that is the best. I actually consider going Cowboys-Packers because if Dallas is not totally locked in, the Packers' offense has come on as the season has gone along, and they have nothing to lose in this game. Pressure's on the Cowboys. But I do think as exciting as the Lions' offense can be, and then the Rams can come back and give something to the Detroit Lions defense, which does have Cam Sutton, but against the pass it's had some issues on the opposite side there of Sutton. I think Lions-Rams is a terrific matchup going in.
Who is your top pick to score 20-plus points tonight for Tennessee?
Gotta go with Zakai Ziegler. 37 minutes. Got you in the last game for Tennessee. He handles the ball. I gotta go with Z. I mean, last time he played Mississippi State, he played, I think, all 40 minutes and showed out. So I'm going with Z.
Kind of like the zig, then zag from game to game with Tennessee basketball because guys can step up, and we didn't see big performances from Josiah or Dalton, so I'm kind of considering Josiah here. But I'll just stick with the zig route. I'm going to say Jonas continues his hot streak. Big assist game from Zakai, partially in feeding Jonas for a big game tonight against Mississippi State.
All right, Swain gets the win.
You could tell he was really pondering it. He was thinking about it. But the L is still the same for you, Josh.
The thing is that with Stafford returning to Detroit, like, there shouldn't be animosity, and it doesn't sound like there is with the Lions and Stafford. Because, like, look, Stafford gave the Lions countless years, tried to compete for them, did everything he could, and that organization did absolutely nothing for him. And it's great to see that the Lions are somewhat relevant again now, but, like, with Tyreek and the Chiefs, it's interesting because, like, what could the Chiefs be this season if Tyreek was still in Kansas City?
They miss him, that's for sure.
Oh, they miss him a lot.
Stafford goes in there, though.
They missed him last year, though.
And he knocks out those poor Lions fans. Although a lot of them are celebrating a Michigan championship. A lot of crossover there.
Yeah, a lot of.
They're having a pretty good week.
The Red Wings in the 90s, they're fine.
Some fans would say 90s a while ago. Swain gets the win. I hit my goal. Top 2 in the face-off. Everybody's winning today with 2 hours to go on Josh and Swain.
Hey, Josh. Print the participation trophy or certificate, excuse me.
It's in my back pocket. We'll come back on Josh and Swain.
Danny B here. Join us every Saturday morning on The Sports Animal. Visit us at dbwins.com and call our free pick hotline, 877-828-0120. That's 877-828-0120.
Fellas, it's a new year. Low T Center can help make it a great one for you. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, you've noticed lack of motivation and drive, have weight gain, loss of muscle mass, these could all be signs of low testosterone levels, and it's time to do something about it. At Low T Center, they make it easy to get your levels checked. It's a simple blood test. With their on-site lab, you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is not like your typical doctor's office. It's concierge medicine for men. The physicians specialize in treating low T and have exclusively been treating men for years with most health insurance accepted. And they have affordable and convenient treatment options, including physician-monitored, self-inject treatments that ship directly to your home each month. So there's no need to drive to the center for those weekly visits. Right now at Low T Center, it's just $25 to get your T level tested. Make your health and quality of life a priority. And make it a great year. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
And just like that, it's 2024. The new year always comes so fast. The older I get, the simpler my resolutions are. Spending time with family, planning for retirement. But this year, I added Protect It All to the list. When my best friend suddenly lost her husband and seeing what her family went through, I realized how important life insurance is. We weren't covered, so I went to SelectQuote.com, and in minutes, we had quotes from multiple carriers. Then, an experienced licensed insurance agent helped us find the right coverage for our budget. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. The holidays were for family, but the new year, it's for protecting them.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
This is John Wilkerson, and I'm with Whitney, co-owner of Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, voted one of Knoxville's best heating and cooling companies 7 years in a row. What's new with Pipe Wrench, Whitney?
Well, John, Pipe Wrench proudly installs and services York-branded heating and cooling systems, along with other major HVAC brands you know and trust.
In addition to installing and servicing York heating and cooling units, Whitney, how else can Pipe Wrench help folks stay warm?
Great question, John. Pipe Wrench offers maintenance and repairs on all major brands, free second opinions on repairs and replacements, and we offer free on-site estimates for replacements. We offer 0% financing on new units with approved credit and with our 10-year warranty on parts and labor. Homeowners won't have to worry about spending a cent on unexpected repairs for years to come.
Call Pipe Wrench today, 865-264-8090, or book online at pipewrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gate. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, they bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, wood fences. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles, low prices. Love the savings.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute. It wasn't too long ago that the Dolphins had a commanding division lead and looked like a dangerous team in the AFC playoffs. But anything that can go wrong pretty much has in Miami. They've lost several key defensive players, and now they're staring at a chilly weather forecast in Kansas City. Get ready for 0 degrees and high wind at Arrowhead. Considering the Finns are 0-10 in their last 10 games under 40 degrees, this is shaping up to be an unceremonious end to what was once a very promising season. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up, and if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. In counties near or small, there's a law firm to help you through whatever is your fall. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group to guide you through your most trying times. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain is here. We're live on 99.1 The Sports Animal in the Knoxville listening area, as well as in the Tri-Cities. AM 640, The Sports Monster. Thank you for being with us, however you are tuning into the show, live on your radio, live streaming. You can also listen on demand anywhere you get your podcast. Just search Josh and Swain on your favorite podcast platform, and you can go back and listen anytime, thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. We'll talk to Austin Price of VolQuest in a little less than 30 minutes. See what he thinks about Tennessee's pursuit of offensive line help, as well as landing a defensive back transfer from Temple yesterday. So added help in the secondary. Tennessee's added 3 players in the defensive backfield, lost a number of guys in the transfer portal for different reasons. So it'll be a new-look secondary. And then
Needs to be a new-look secondary.
A lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah, need to clear the house and kind of build from scratch, and then giving young guys opportunity. If they don't show that they're ready, then you have some experienced, proven guys that you have identified as players that can come in and make plays for you. So I like the plan at defensive back so far in the offseason.
And we'll see if they can do it. Be careful about judging just based on the school they come from. We talked about that yesterday with Michigan relying on several guys who came from not big-name schools. Jared Verse is a player. He went from Albany to Florida State and now is headed to the first round of the NFL draft.
Yeah, passed up going first round last year to come back at Florida State, and we'll go for first round again. Michigan's offensive line had 2 players that transferred from Arizona State, which any good football program or fans of a good football program would laugh at, and then Stanford. Now you are knee slapping. Now your side hurt. Now you're crying, laughing. But those 2 players helped Michigan win a national championship. So you can find really good players at schools that may not have good football programs or didn't have a good football season.
Yep. So that is to be determined. Now, if you can get a player who is a 5-star prospect from an SEC school,
hey,
you'll take that too.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Tennessee has opportunity to seal that deal too. What were you sharing with me during the break?
Oh, the schedule information. Is that of interest to you?
It is.
Okay. So Michael Bratton,
I can nerd out too, Josh,
with that SEC podcast, has linked up with our guy Braden Gall, who will join us an hour from now. He shared yesterday evening the 2024 SEC schedules. So the schedules coming up in the new look 16-team league, broken down by opponent records in 2023. So how teams performed this past season.
Okay.
Looking ahead to next year.
Okay.
The team that is facing the toughest schedule in the SEC based on this past year's performance, the Florida Gators. Their opponents for 2024 went a combined 106-50 this past year. Alabama has the second toughest, 97-58. So Florida's schedule is 9 games tougher in the win column than the next toughest. Vanderbilt, maybe this is a typo. Vanderbilt's
I understand.
schedule is the 3rd toughest.
What team?
Vanderbilt.
There you go, Josh.
How was
there
that?
You go.
How was that?
That's pretty good.
Is this fair? This can't be fair. Vanderbilt's playing the 3rd toughest schedule based on opponent's record.
Are they getting a check?
A sizable one.
It's fair. Get better.
Welcome to the SEC.
Get out.
Oklahoma has the 4th toughest schedule, then Mississippi State, Arkansas, and Georgia right there in the middle. Tennessee all the way near the bottom. The only team with a more favorable schedule based on this past year's results in the SEC, Missouri. Missouri's opponents went 65-84 this past year. It's a bunch of losing.
I wish we was where Missouri is.
Sure. But Tennessee's draw, 79-73, the second easiest draw. Again, based on last year's results, 1 year to the next does not tell you exactly what's going to happen. But we've discussed here, hey, that draw that you get in the SEC, there's no such thing as easy. But if you can trade out Missouri, which just finished in the top 10, and South Carolina, which is a respectable team and program for the bottom two teams of the SEC West, Mississippi State and Arkansas, you'll make that trade, right?
All day.
So that is the deal. Oklahoma comes on the schedule. Everybody in the SEC is playing either Oklahoma or Texas, so that kind of draws is the same record-wise. So only Missouri has a more favorable draw in 2024 based on 2023 combined records. According to Michael Bratton crunching those numbers.
Good job, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah. So a little giddy up in your step for 2024?
Absolutely. I don't need to have the toughest schedule. Michigan, did they win the national championship?
That they did.
Did they have the toughest schedule in the country?
Yeah, they don't take the trophy and make it bigger or smaller based on how tough your strength of schedule was.
Clemson, when they won those championships, did they have the toughest schedule?
Many would argue no.
When Urban Meyer won that championship at Ohio State, did they have a tough schedule that year?
It was a Big Ten schedule.
No. Their championship trophy, the same as LSU's from 2019, the same from Georgia's.
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons before this one, the same. So you can keep your bragging rights. Well, we play the toughest schedule. What's your record? Not good, so shut up. Give me the good record. Give me the championship.
It's pointed out in the text box, Vanderbilt has a tough schedule because they don't play Vanderbilt. That point is true, and I make it often when people complain about, like this past year. Well, look at Georgia's schedule. Well, it's never going to include Georgia. Alabama never has to play Alabama. Tennessee's back on the tough side of the schedule, by the way. When you play Tennessee, it's considered a tough opponent. For a few years, it was more of a, hey.
Oh, we got Tennessee. That's a dub.
So Tennessee can now be in the category of, hey, we can't play ourselves. We're a good team. So just an interesting look. If you look at how teams performed this past year and how it projects for this next season, Tennessee with a pretty favorable draw. Now, NC State's a quality non-conference opponent, not one that should have scared Tennessee, but they have been adding some respectable players, including quarterback Grayson McCall. They added another player, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, a receiver.
So NC State is not one to just check off and say automatic win week 2 in Charlotte, a game that Tennessee can win. I think his name is Dave Doran.
Oh, yeah. Be all right.
And some fans are probably familiar with him.
I know he'd rather coach at NC State than be in the SEC, which why would you want anybody that prefers to coach at NC State over the SEC anyways?
You know the expression, sorry I wasn't familiar with your game, it often applies to a different type subject, but Tennessee fans are familiar with Dave Doran's game. Now we'll just see how the game itself plays out week 2 in Charlotte, Tennessee against NC State.
I've seen Dave Doran have multiple NFL draft picks on the team and only win 8 games in the ACC. Until he gets all the great players from the portal and maybe some NFL players to play at NC State, I think we're going to be okay. I think we should be okay. So,
NC State finished this year ranked number 21 in the country in both the AP and coaches polls. They have finished top 25 2 of the last 3 years.
Ranked still ahead of us, huh?
Mr. Consistency, 2019 was a disaster. Well, yeah, 4 spots behind Tennessee. Falls for 17th.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the coaches that didn't vote Tennessee in the top 25.
I forget. Time moves quickly. How long he's been there? He's been there since 2013. But since 2017, NC State 9-4, 9-4, 4-8. 19 was a disaster. Then 8-4, 9-3, 8-5, 9-4. They've won 8 or 9 games in 6 of the last 7 seasons.
Hey man, that's the bar. That's the Mark Stoops bar.
Is that good or pretty good?
That's pretty good.
Kind of
good.
State.
That's pretty good for NC State.
Okay.
Just depends on who you ask. That ain't good for Michigan. It's not good for Ohio State. Not good for Bama and Georgia. Nope. I mean, Dabo making it seem like it's pretty good for Clemson by some of his rants. He gets defensive about people being upset that he's losing 3 and 4 games a season.
Do you know who Clemson, speaking of schedules, opens the 24 season playing?
They got Georgia. That's my tough, don't they?
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. That's what I thought.
So if Clemson is back to what Clemson had expected before the last 2 seasons, going to have to prove it quickly. And that's going to be a Georgia team on a mission to prove, hey, the end of last season.
Yeah, they have a running clock in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Is Will Muschamp's son still playing in Georgia? He's going to be playing a lot.
Get some more snaps.
he might cramp up in that game. He'll get a lot of reps.
So is that your week 1 lock? Go ahead and put that one down. Georgia's going to beat Clemson.
Yeah, they're going to cover the spread in that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've got Tennessee money line against Chattanooga. I'm taking that one.
That's smart right there. We got a long way to wait, man, for college football season. Long way to wait.
Yeah, for Tennessee fans, this offseason is going to be conflicting because there's going to be a ton of excitement. It's like, man, we got to wait 7.5, 8 more months to watch Nico play. There's going to be a lot of that back and forth. Excited for it? Can it hurry up?
There's YouTube. Get on your, I guess what they call it, TiVo or your. They still got that?
TiVo?
They still got that? I don't know. No?
Have we gone back to 2003? Or
they don't do that anymore?
Well, I think the product still exists, but I don't know that
if you recorded the game, you can go back and rewatch it. How about that?
There'll be a lot of replays of the Tennessee-Iowa game.
Yeah, go watch Nico if you want to go see the game. I thought about doing it. It was fun watching him play. I've been waiting for him to play for a while. Just the moment I saw him have interest in Tennessee, I was visualizing him playing in Tennessee. And we had to wait almost 2 years to make it happen. So here we are. Looking forward to seeing him play as a starter game 1.
Can you hear that? I think it's the collective of Tennessee fans, not the collective that is helpful getting players, but that of Tennessee fans.
All gas, no brakes, man.
The Nico highlights, they will bring the zen for fans this offseason. Nico, by the way, waiting on some protection to come in for the 24 season. We'll get an update on that 15 minutes from right now when Austin Price joins the show at 1:30. Interesting question for you, Swain, when we come back in the text box. Hit us up, 865-656-9900. That's how you can be a part of the show on Josh and Swain.
4 out of 5 sports fans listen to Tennessee football talk on the Sports Animal Stream. The 5th is an Alabama fan, and he can't listen to anything since the batteries died at his transistor radio in 1981.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer, to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
There's so many reasons to experience Peak IV hydration for yourself. Peak IV hydration delivers the fluids and essential nutrients that you need directly to the bloodstream. For athletes, Peak IV hydration has sport-specific IV treatments designed to optimize your body's potential. For immune defense, they offer antioxidants as well as vitamin C and zinc, and nothing beats a hangover like Peak IV hydration. It's Peak IV hydration, 906 Sevier Avenue in Knoxville, or online, peakivhydration.com.
Swipe left, swipe right. Dating has become very impersonal. But if one of those swipe rights has led you to the right person, I would like to invite you to stop by TK Wheeler Jewelers for a very personal visit. You'll find a gorgeous selection of engagement rings and bridal sets that you can actually try on before you decide. Bring the person you swiped right to TK Wheeler Jewelers today. One woman, one diamond, one place to go. TK Wheeler Jewelers in Oak Ridge next to Outback.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Imagine listening to live jazz, sipping wine on a charming, spacious patio with friends or loved ones. Perro's Bar and Grill on North Shore Drive and Rocky Hill has that and more. With a great staff, outstanding service, homemade American, Italian, and Greek recipes handed down through generations, Pero's Bar and Grill provides that special dining experience that you want when you get out. They also have a jazz brunch on Sundays, live jazz most Fridays and Saturdays, and they're the home of the world-famous Luther Burger and so much more. Located on North Shore and Rocky Hill, Pero's also caters for businesses or families. Pero's Bar and Grill, a unique dining experience you don't want to miss. This Friday at 9 a.m., go to 991thesportsanimal.com and catch a sweet deal to Pero's Bar and Grill. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. Don't miss this one to Pero's Bar and Grill, going live Friday morning at 9.
Danny B here. Join us every Saturday morning on The Sports Animal. Visit us at dbwins.com and call our free pick hotline, 877-828-0120. That's 877-828-0120.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well-tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain. Download the WNML app. You can listen live, listen on demand there. Austin Price in 10 minutes. Tennessee football conversation continues. We could have a little fun with this because it's not realistic, I would imagine, at least in the current structure of college football. But Tyler did ask. We're in the transfer portal times. Tennessee added a player yesterday, looking to add a player as soon as possible, at least one on the offensive line. Tyler asked, do you guys think there should be a draft instead of the transfer portal? Too much switching around and unmatched teams. The history of college football is unmatched teams.
How would that work out?
Well, as the sport is currently constructed, I don't think that it would. I don't know how a draft would work. Just, hey, you are headed to Boise State. Maybe a bad example since Malachi Nelson chose to go there. But
there's already a draft taking place. Jordan, Alabama, draft first and second every year.
Mac Brown at his peak was drafting in the state of Texas. You get in the boat 8 months before signing day or your spots run out. So
Yeah.
that has kind of occurred, you're right. But no, I don't think that's going to occur.
No.
Getting drafted to your college of choice.
No, I think
or not your college of choice, getting drafted to your next college instead of it being your choice.
Yeah, because you don't have a choice when you get drafted. But when you come out of high school, you do have a choice what school you want to go to. I think that's going to continue to be the case.
Both are interesting. Where does a player choose to go in the transfer portal? Or if there were a draft, obviously that would be of great interest.
I like the ideas. Let's keep coming up with ideas that's not what we currently have right now.
The other thing that would be fun is, so I imagine the idea of a draft would include everybody, but if they were to actually go to that system, they wouldn't include everybody. They'd tell some schools, you don't get to draft. They just kick them out.
Usually the teams that stink the most get the highest pick.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, all right, 5-star. Guess what? You're going to Vanderbilt. No, I'm opting out.
Yeah.
I'm pulling Eli Manning. I refuse to go to Vanderbilt. Refuse.
So, yeah, I'm intrigued by that idea. Your top 5 quarterbacks end up going to Vanderbilt and to Rutgers and to, Iowa could use some help at that position. They actually had too good of a record, top 20 team by some.
You know what I would do? If I was a highly rated player, I would start throwing the ball like the quarterback from the Netflix series All American, just on purpose, just look terrible, so I can be selected to Tennessee Volunteers or one of the best teams in the SEC. And then when I got there, I'll be throwing like Nico. What happened to his throwing form? Oh, well, I mean, Josh Heupel obviously fixed it.
Put in the work.
I mean, he fixed it. Yeah, that's what happened.
Also in the text box, you can hit us up at 865-656-9900. Stan says 8-4 will not be good enough when the 12-team playoff starts.
Correct.
So this time next year, it better not be an 8-4 season that we are discussing again for the Vols.
Correct.
Especially, I guess, after I just laid out the more favorable draw for Tennessee compared to the SEC colleagues.
Yeah, like no player during the offseason is like, one more rep, one more sprint. 8-4, baby. 8-4. Yes, man. We are busting our butts, going the extra mile, extra rep, putting in extra work in the film room. 8-4. No. So that's not the goal. Now, NC State, that's different. Not Tennessee.
There's no locker room chant that gets started up to fire up the
8-4.
8-4. 8-4.
Nah, man. No. That's not why you put the work in. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be a winner. Well, most people. So we all know. There's going to be some years where like a 9-3 team may get in, but if you want to control your own destiny and give yourself the best chance to get in, how about you just win all the games you can win? Just do that. Win all of them. Then you have the best seeding possible.
Tennessee is looking for the best offensive line possible to help Nico and the Tennessee offense become what it can this upcoming year. The player everybody's asking about, offensive line transfer Lance Hurd from LSU. Where do things stand with Tennessee? We will ask Austin Price when we come back on Josh and Swain.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. You get all your Ball Network programming on 99.1 The Sports Animal. 13 hours of live and local Tennessee coverage every weekday. When it comes to game day, the Animal is championship level in breaking down the action. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the Vols like 99.1 The Sports Animal.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Fifth-ranked Tennessee takes its 7-game win streak on the road into Starkville, Mississippi tonight as the Vols take on Mississippi State in SEC play. The Vols are coming off a conference opening win over Ole Miss over the weekend, while the Bulldogs are coming off an SEC opening loss to South Carolina. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Catch the game right here with coverage starting at 6:30 on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Other ranked teams in men's college hoops tonight at 7 o'clock. Number 3 Kansas battles UCF. Number 21 Clemson takes on Virginia Tech. At 8 o'clock, NC State hosts number 7 North Carolina. 13th ranked Memphis gets UTSA. At 8:30, 4th ranked UConn battles Xavier. Ohio State takes on number 15 Wisconsin. At 9 o'clock, number 9 Oklahoma faces TCU, and number 11 Marquette welcomes Butler. Couple of NBA games tonight. Celtics get the Timberwolves at 7. Sixers face the Hawks at 7:30. Pelicans take on the Warriors at 8:30, and the Raptors get the Clippers at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about SlamDot. SlamDot.com/Josh. You can start there, go online, get connected. At SlamDot, they can help you get connected with more customers. Reach more clients with the help of SlamDot, as they can design a website for you and build out a digital marketing plan for you. So, like with SEO, when somebody is searching for a product or service that you offer, they're going to find you. They're more likely to connect with you. Through Google Ads, social media, there are so many different ways to reach future customers. SlamDot can help with that, and their results show that. They have a track record of generating millions of dollars of revenue and profit for their customers. They've been in business for 18 years, and SlamDot has a team that is in-house and available for you. They're going to be responsive when you need help. That's with getting started and help along the way. Call SlamDot at 865-238-5600. Mention that I sent you there. You'll get 20% off a website package and your first 3 months of marketing. You can also go online to slamdot.com/Josh.
This has been a paid announcement.
Hi, this is John Wilkerson. If you want multiple cash offers on your home instantly, then you've got to check this out. Text your address to Tracy King, 865-505-7505. That's 505-7505. Text your address to Tracy King, and you'll receive your home's highest cash offers in seconds. It's so easy. No obligation. If you're looking to move out of state and you don't want any hassles, if you're moving into a new home and you don't want a contingency, or if you need to close and stay in your home longer, you can do all of that with Tracy King at your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty has your back when you're looking for the most money. Selling your home at your desired price, you control when you want to sell and the day you want to move. Just text Tracy at 865-505-7505. Text your address and receive your home's highest cash offers at 505-7505. That's 505-7505 and start packing.
This has been a paid advertisement. I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today, or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
Hi, I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear, we'll change your water. It'll change your life.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling cause you'll know that you're in love.
Having properly functioning plumbing, HVAC, and electrical systems in your home is essential. That's why Hiller is offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work. Don't wait until small issues become critical. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Staying mostly cloudy for the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures reaching near 42 degrees by the time all is said and done. Overnight tonight, mostly cloudy. We fall back down into the 20s across the area. Nice cold evening for us once again. Then we start into our Thursday with sunshine back to near 52 degrees for the high. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Granger.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Recovering millions at damages for personal injury clients throughout East Tennessee. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group so they can help you get the help you need. 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
The Budweiser studios are recognized worldwide on the Sports Animal app and online at 991thesportsanimal.com. The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on the Sports.
Who covers Tennessee football for VolQuest.com. He joins us every week thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, thank you for the time as always. Good. How are you doing?
Austin's ready to go.
Yeah. Austin, just make sure you have us here. Okay. The glass broke. Maybe it cut into the phone line that Austin is using. We will connect in just a moment.
We want the goods, Austin. We want the goods.
Maybe there's a call waiting issue. You were talking about TiVo. Is there still call waiting? Is that?
No. I don't know.
I don't know if that's the proper description.
I don't know, man. All I know is the first question I want to know about if we're going to get somebody to back up Jackson Ross.
Sure, depth is important.
Depth is important.
You want to win a championship, you got to have depth.
Position, man. You got to have position depth with the punters, with the kickers.
It's a 4-month season now.
100%. So that is my most important question for Austin Price.
Yeah, I think in general the people just want to know what Austin has heard. I think that's the third or fourth time I've made that joke today.
It's not old. Keep using it.
Okay. So when we connect with Austin, we will let you know. You will know by hearing him on the show. But in all seriousness, Lance Hurd is he is the main topic right now. There are multiple offensive linemen that Tennessee is pursuing, but I would say he is on top of Josh Heupel and the Tennessee staff's board of players they need to get. Offensive line is the biggest priority. Hurd is the biggest priority in that position. He was a 5-star offensive line prospect a year ago, played some this past season at LSU, and Tennessee is a main contender for Hurd.
Yeah, you got a chance to be a really good offense, but it starts up front. You got Cooper Mays back, Spraggins, he's going to be back and healthy. This is a big money year for him. You'll have John Campbell healthy, and so big opportunity.
Let's welcome to the show now Austin Price, VolQuest. He joins us thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. And Austin, as we were discussing a moment ago, Lance Hurd is the biggest topic right now for Tennessee in the transfer portal. What are you hearing with Tennessee's pursuit of Hurd, the transfer from LSU?
Been a lot of dialogue, guys, between the last 36 to 48 hours. Everything was trending well as of yesterday. Been kind of quiet today. I do think, just kind of letting this whole thing play out and, kind of seeing where it goes. But doesn't feel like he'll take any visits based off everybody I've talked to this weekend, which means it's kind of down to Tennessee, Oklahoma, and, we'll see what he decides to do. But like I said, Tennessee's had a lot of dialogue with Lance and, his kind of team of people the last 36 hours or so, and it's all been very, very productive.
Any idea of when he's going to officially make a decision?
I don't think that there's any kind of talk about when. I think that at least be something that happens pretty quick. Most of these kids want to announce through Hayes Fawcett, and Hayes, works for On3 and, does a really nice job of making those edits for kids. And so sometimes it's dictated by him. I don't think that's the case here. I think this is something where, it's, getting close, but I don't think a final decision has been made at this point. But again, like I said, Tennessee's, had a lot of productive conversations with Lance and his family the last day or so.
So obviously Lance playing the tackle position. If you're able to get him, great. But is there a plan that you heard of about the guard spot for Tennessee?
As of right now, Jason, no. I mean, they had in, Armaje Reed-Adams last weekend, and he ended up deciding to go to Texas A&M, which is, he's from the state of Texas, the Kansas transfer. And, so no, as of right now, there's no planned visitors that are guards. I would say you're looking probably, at the spring wave before they are able to potentially add anybody that would be on the offensive interior, which makes it a big spring for Jackson Lampley, who's coming off a really solid bowl game. Makes it a big spring for, Andre Keurig, who obviously missed the back part of the year. So without Javonte Spraggins, those guys will need to step up. And I think Spraggins will be able to do some things in spring, but, how much are they really going to let, Spraggs do is the question. I don't think it really behooves them to play him a whole lot. They need to see what they have in some of these younger linemen like Bison Lang and, Sham Umarov and players like that.
Austin Price is with us, VolQuest.com, covering Tennessee football, recruiting, the transfer portal as well. Can you handicap where things might stand with Lance Hurd if it does come down to Tennessee versus Oklahoma? And how important is he, do you think, to Josh Heupel and Tennessee's staff to try to get in to help with the tackle position right away?
Well, obviously Tennessee needs tackles. That's been the case. It's gotten even more kind of magnified with Gerald Mincey deciding to go, look at another transfer. And so, I think Lance Hurd's very important. But I would tell you that, Percy Lewis, the Mississippi State transfer that's supposed to be in here this weekend, I think he's important. Like, I don't think you can take anything for granted here because, again, even a guy like John Campbell, because Mincey left, he could leave, right? Like, not now, but he could leave after spring. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, you have to go out and get as many tackle bodies as you can get because at the end of the day, like you saw this past year at certain positions, you get, one or two injuries to a certain, group and it alters everything you're doing. So, for my liking, like you take as many as you can get. So Hurd is extremely important, but I would tell you that Percy Lewis is, John Campbell is, Dane Davis is. Like, it's not just players in the portal; it's players that are still on your roster.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. There was a moment when Gerald Mincey was going to come back, announced he's coming back, and then announced that he was transferring. What kind of happened there with Mincey, you think?
Well, it's pretty simple. They changed the rule and made it where kids that had transferred once could transfer a second time without penalty, and so then it comes back into NIL leveraging and those type of things, and I think that's kind of the direction Gerald wanted to go. He was either going to turn pro, which probably wouldn't have been a wise move for Gerald, or he was going to be back at Tennessee. And then once they changed that rule, Jason, like it opened up Pandora's box. And I mean, people have heard me, I think I've said it on this show. I know I've said it on, Ramon's show in Nashville. Like the unlimited transfer is to me the real death of college sports. It's not the NIL. I think that's fantastic for the kids. It's not the transfer portal. I think it's fantastic for kids to be able to, leave once. But when you can do it every year, it's where it gets dicey, and it's what's going to push, college coaches either into something else or into the NFL or so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think it'll lead to a lot of players making bad choices too.
Yeah.
It's at some point finding a spot and finding a home and building something out is going to be important for them.
Yeah, it doesn't help the high school kids either.
Right. Jalen McMurray, defensive back, transfer from Temple. What can you tell us about him? The pursuit, their third DB in the transfer portal to commit to Tennessee. That happening yesterday.
Kid can really run. Obviously, has got some experience. Played 2.5 years or so at Temple, and he is not the biggest guy, probably about 5'10", 170, but can really scoot and just experience. I think the biggest thing Tennessee needed was kind of some more quality bodies in the back end. They really like Ricky Gibson, Matthews, Conyers. They like those young kids they have, but they don't have a ton of experience. Now, I would argue they need to get the experience. You can't just keep bringing in guys from the transfer portal. But I think because Tennessee had lost so many bodies in the back end, they probably needed to add a couple, and they've done that. With the kid from MTSU, Jacoby, and Jacoby Thomas, and then obviously Jermod McCoy, and now Jalen McMurray kind of adds to that role as well. Could he play nickel? Is he a corner? I don't know if he is big enough and physical enough to play inside and nickel, but we'll see.
Hey, also you mentioned Percy Lewis, tackle transfer from Mississippi State. Any idea how his decision might be affected by what Lance Hurd decides to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it could be impacted. The problem is everybody wants to play left tackle, and only one person can, right? So, I think part of the that's part of the hang up of a lot of these offensive linemen. Diego Pounds wants to play left tackle. Percy Lewis wants to play left tackle. Lance Hurd wants to play left tackle. John Campbell is your left tackle. And you've seen guys move around. If you go back 2 years ago when Gerald Mincy came in, Darnell Wright moved to right tackle, and ended up being a top 10 pick. You go back to last year, John Campbell comes in. Gerald Mincy reluctantly moved to right tackle. So I think the biggest thing, kids get too hung up, and the people around kids get too hung up in the whole, like, left tackle, franchise left tackle. No, the truth is there's only a couple actually really franchise left tackles, right? Like, I think, people get too caught up in the wrong things. I mean, Darnell Wright started every game for the Bears, as a candidate for NFL Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, as a right tackle, and was a top 10 pick.
Yep.
He's not feeling any effects of moving to the right side. But again, people get real hung up on the perception of left tackle versus right tackle.
If and this goes back to the people that are in these players' ear, like, if you're not a left tackle, you don't want to play left tackle because you're going to get exposed and get beat. And then you may not get drafted where you want to be at all, because they're going to say, well, you can't play tackle at all, period. We don't want you left tackle or right tackle. So you made a really good point, Austin. Man, there's some really bad advice going around.
Yeah, and again, kids are just getting pulled every direction, Jason, by, high school coaches, 7-on-7 coaches, mom, dad, uncle, friends. And I feel bad for a lot of these kids. I mean, even the ones that have really good, people around them. I mean, it's still a lot for a 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old to kind of take in, and you don't want to make the wrong decision, and you've got all these different things in your ear, and I mean, it's a lot to handle. I mean, it's almost like changing jobs, so to speak, and like when you change jobs or whatever, like I think there's a I don't want to say fear, but the unknown is rough. And so, like, I think that, most kids just want to stick with what they know. And I think that's kind of where you end up in a lot of these situations with.
A couple more things. Austin Price, VolQuest.com, is with us thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Quarterback George McIntyre, big-time player in the 25 class. Latest on where things stand with him, both in his thinking and maybe a timeline for commitment.
Well, nothing's changed for me. I still feel like Tennessee's done the best job in this recruitment. They've done a really good job with George. He has not announced a decision date yet, but rubber's meeting the road, really soon. I don't know if it'll happen before I'm on this show a week from now, but I do think that, I would be stunned if I'm with you in 2 weeks and we're not talking about the decision of George McIntyre. So, I think Tennessee's done a really nice job here. He really likes Josh Heupel. I think his relationship with Joey Halsley's grown a lot. And, I think that, Tennessee has really positioned themselves about as well as you can for George.
And then, Swain, we like to ask him for over-under on commitments in a month. Is there an over-under number, Austin, we should pay attention to on days before Lance Hurd makes his final decision?
I don't know. I mean, the kid doesn't really talk. He didn't talk in the recruiting process. He doesn't really talk now. I mean,
that's cool.
Like somebody said on our board yesterday, they're like, well, every school feels good. And I'm like, well, yeah, because Lance Hurd doesn't talk. And so every media guy that's covering this is getting their side and not much else. I mean, it kind of is what it is. Like, Lance he does not really do a lot of the interview stuff. And, apparently, and again, I've never talked to the kid, talked to people around the kid. Apparently his personality is fantastic. So if he ends up here, I'm interested to just kind of get to know this kid and kind of, figure out what makes him tick, because I do hear his personality's pretty neat. But, no, there's no over-under, because it literally could happen this afternoon, and it could be the weekend before anything happens.
Okay. The line is off the board there. Tennessee very much in the mix.
You don't have to talk to wear orange and block for Nico. So don't worry about talking, man. Just block.
We talk to Austin Price every week, every Wednesday right here on Josh and Swain. Thanks to Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. They're making it unique, making it special, making it just for you. They want to be your jeweler at Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. Austin, thank you for the time as always. We appreciate it, and we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Austin Price joining us as all guests do on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
Good stuff, as always, from AP.
So any minute.
Or any week or any day.
Yeah, at some point he's got to enroll. I imagine he wants to be in school for the spring, but it's delayed a little bit for Tennessee. You have, 10-plus days?
Yeah.
So Tennessee very much in the mix, but at the beginning of the segment, Austin saying he still believes it's Tennessee versus Oklahoma and does not expect right now Hurd to visit anywhere this weekend, as Ole Miss has been mentioned in the mix. But it looks like Tennessee versus Oklahoma.
All right. Let's get it done. Josh Ward, you got to do your part.
I think it's more up to Josh Heupel than Ward.
Oh, yeah,
but,
get it wrong. Josh.
Yep. Everybody has to give their all is what I've been told. We'll come back on Josh and Swain. We will continue to react and invite you to join us. You can call or text in, weigh in with your thoughts, 865-656-9900, live today on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster.
The National Baseball Federation, the oldest running amateur baseball organization in the country, has reached an agreement to make Christenberry Park the home baseball complex of the NABF. Christenberry Park will host sanctioned tournaments for all age groups from 6 and under to 18 and under and girls softball beginning in March 2024 on turf. For more details and to sign up your team, text the word BAT, that's B-A-T, to 865-656-9900. Text BAT to 656-9900.
When you're looking for a company to address some of your issues in your home, you want someone professional, experienced, trustworthy. That's Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Their technicians come to your house, and they make sure they leave it better and cleaner than they found it. They've been in business since 1990. They're family-owned and operated. Care is the core value. Hiller believes that when they care for others, everyone wins. They'll make sure to take care of the customer on every job, every time. Hiller offers true transparency pricing. That means that Hiller will line item what every part of the job is up front, so homeowners can easily understand what they're paying for and why. For example, itemizing parts and labor separately. No hidden fees, no added costs, no surprises when you get your bill. They don't just find things to fix. Hiller only suggests repairs that you actually need. 100% satisfaction of happy you'll be, or the service is free. If a customer isn't pleased with the work performed, Hiller will make sure to make it right. For more details, visit my friends online at happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Update $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book select models with proof credit.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, Tennessee, Scott Gropp for Oak Ridge Nissan. Are you looking for the best deal on a new Nissan or a quality pre-owned vehicle? Do you want to be treated right before, during, and after the sale? Do you want it all? Oak Ridge Nissan is the place for you. You'll be treated the way you deserve to be and receive service second to none. Whoa, don't forget, if you got a trade, you got it made. Up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. Thinking pre-owned? Oak Ridge Nissan's pre-owned vehicles are also pre-inspected for your peace of mind. One-stop shopping, folks. Sales, service, and the best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle, period. Don't make a $10,000 mistake over a 10-minute drive. Get to Oak Ridge Nissan, just 10 minutes down Pellissippi Parkway, and that's why
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan. You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Can't sleep with this cold.
Honey.
Honey?
Honey, you need NyQuil Severe Honey.
NyQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a dreamy honey taste.
Feeling better, honey? Honey? I'll take that as a yes.
Try NyQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu symptom relief. NyQuil Severe with honey flavor. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever. Honeylicious, best sleep with a cold. medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life, offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com. From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain, 99.1 The Sports Animal, AM 640 The Sports Monster. Hello to everybody in the Tri-Cities. Thanks for tuning in, however you are checking out the show, listening live streaming, watching the Sports Animal YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button as well. This one will be quick as we catch up on time from last segment's conversation with Austin Price. It is the waiting game. That's where Tennessee is right now. I think everybody recognizes the importance of a player like Lance Hurd. Ton of talent, several years of eligibility remaining. He was a part of the 23 class, and a position that Tennessee has to fill. They have to figure something out at tackle. So the waiting game is on, but Tennessee in a good position, it appears, battling Oklahoma for Lance Hurd.
Yeah, 3 years to play. So you get 2 years of Nico and a year of George McIntyre.
Yep, that was the other note is
I doubt her.
In the next 13 days, expect an announcement from George McIntyre, and Tennessee in a good position there for the highly touted 2025 quarterback.
Yeah, if Hurd comes here, I don't anticipate him to be here that long anyway. So just long enough to take care of Nico.
Yeah, line up with Nico, and then whoever's next can take care of George. We'll take care of the next hour in conversation right here on Josh and Swain.
Guys, erectile dysfunction has forced you to rely on medication. Wave Tech Therapy can help you. Look, do you get anxiety? Do you worry that if the ED pill is going to work the next time you use it? Wave Tech can help treat the root cause of the ED, not just the symptoms. Don't mask it. Wave Tech, no pills, no injections, no surgery, and results last up to 5 years. Call Wave Tech at 387-9534 or wavetechknoxville.com to schedule your free consultation. wavetechknoxville.com.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. This is who I have used at my home multiple times when we had a problem, when we had a project that we needed taken care of, and now is a very important time. If you look at the weather or you step outside, you recognize it's kind of cold. With freezing temperatures here and coming up over the next several days and probably several weeks, as we're right here in the middle of winter, they can help at Wilson Brothers Plumbing with preventative maintenance. You can get out in front of potential problems when you call Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They can help with solutions like insulating pipes. They can keep it very simple for you in making sure you avoid potential problems. There can be some outside plumbing that may need some extra protection. They can identify and then solve those problems for you. They make sure that the job is taken care of and that you get the customer service you expect when you call Wilson Brothers Plumbing. That's who I have called. So call them at 865-415-1537. You can go online to wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
691-1211. That's the number you need to call to change your financial future. That number gets you to Steve Vasgard Wealth and Retirement Strategies. Everyone in East Tennessee knows Steve Vasgard's work. Steve shows you how to grow your wealth without using the stock market. What if I told you can earn 6 to 7% with no risk, no losses? That's not too good to be true. Steve has been doing this for decades. He can do it for you as well. All you have to do is call Steve Vasgard at 865-691-1211. 691-1211. Steve will send you a no-obligation video that explains the entire process. It's under 4 minutes long, no risk, no obligation. Let Steve show you how to protect your nest egg without stock market volatility. And the best part, Steve Vasgard Wealth and Retirement Strategies will never charge you a fee. 865-691-1211, 691-1211, or find out more online at wealthwithwisdom.com.
Hi, it's me, Tracy King at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Text your address to me at 505-7455, and you'll receive your home's highest cash offers in seconds. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and start packing.
The minute folks step into Dollywood in my Smoky Mountains, I want them to fill their hearts with all the beautiful things in this big old world. Dollywood, love every moment.
Plan your visit today at Dollywood.com.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. After having seen the Lake Show go back-to-back, yes, the LA Lakers actually won 2 games in a row. However, they did so with some help. Help from the only show more insufferable than the Lake Show, The Ref Show. I'm Jim Rome.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working toward your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day. From comfortable guest rooms to complimentary hot breakfast, Fairfield is part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and official hotel partner of the NCAA. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Start your fitness journey with no long-term contracts in month-to-month memberships at Fort Sanders Health and Fitness Center.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. East Tennessee, born and raised. If you're facing legal troubles, make the call to East Tennessee's local law firm, Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group. Call 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
Number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. 1 hour to go. Then Tyler and Will will take over at 3 o'clock on 99.1 The Sports Animal. We begin this hour welcoming in Braden Goff, 440 Sports. He joins us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline. Braden, we appreciate the time. As always, we're a couple of days removed from Michigan winning the title. Did you have any takeaways from that by itself, Michigan winning the championship, as there's kind of an ongoing conversation out of it, or what it means for other teams as we start to enter the 12-team playoff era in 2024 and beyond?
Trying to find things that we can learn about college football from championship success. Borderline insanity and impossible to try to learn anything about Jim Harbaugh as an individual. Left on the bandwagon there for a few years, but I never jumped off the train. He's a highly questionable, very strange individual, but everywhere he goes, he wins large. Interested in, the transfer portal. Does it take away from the elite teams, and does that give a team like Michigan, who is a bunch of seniors back that was driven by sort of the disappointment of the previous two seasons, maybe isn't one of Nick Saban's best teams and you can win a championship? Is that something that, with bully ball, by the way, like J.J. McCarthy, I don't think can down with his arm, and the 1 of 11 on 3rd and 4th down. So, he was not particularly good, and they didn't need him against Penn State. They ran the ball 30 consecutive times from the second quarter to the end of the game, almost just trolling America in the Penn State game. So, the game manager, but can you – Georgia won 2 straight championships with sort of this old-school version in advance than Michigan's. But, this was a true three yards cloud of dust Big Ten bully ball championship. And I don't know if we're in an era where defenses are starting to catch up. I think we've had some conversations about this. I find it fascinating watching the NFL running all these too high safety looks, trying to slow down these super quarterbacks. Was much better this year in the NFL. Defense was better in college football. Defenses, basically the best defenses in the game, have won the championship the last 3 years, essentially. We just coach and cohesive. After 10 years, 12 years of rule changes, that now DBs that have been playing in the NFL, in college, and on 7-on-7 tournaments are now learning how to adjust and play to this game, and that is maybe part of what's happening. I think Michael Penix was rushed because of that potentially. So I'm curious, and you guys, I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. I think there is something to a bit of a resurgence here in the game, and doing things in college football. You look at some of these schemes in the NFL, and you're seeing we're going to run 3 running backs in the same back. Miami and some of these other places. Seattle did this a little bit. They're putting 3 guys in the backfield and running flood routes. It's wild what they're doing. And so I think some of that is in response to the defensive backs and secondaries and the coaching being better on defense. So I'm just fascinated with the pendulum swinging around in the game of football and being here. The era of the super team and the era of offense dominating, maybe taking a back seat for a couple years until, of course, the offense catches up.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. And I'll tell you what, Braden, Joel, if we can, let's put Braden on hold. Braden, you're kind of going in and out. So let's see if we can reestablish phone connection, because we want to keep that conversation going. Football, and really any sport, but it certainly applies to this sport, Swain, you have waves. So when you feel we're never going to see this or that again, or this is what everything is moving forward, other coaches are going to say, well, let me see if I can figure out another idea. And all coaches have different ideas and theories and plans of what they want to be.
Yeah, you are only as creative as your personnel. That's one thing we saw with Tennessee football this year. Personnel change, so obviously your game plan changed. And Miami Dolphins, we've seen them be so creative because they have so many dynamic guys. And so that's football for you, Braden.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll blame Steve Jobs from the grave. He can't come back and get me with an extra dongle or whatever. I'll blame him for that. No, I agree. And I thought Josh Heupel did a pretty good job evolving this year with kind of learning. Frankly, learning what the quarterback could and couldn't do, almost in real time, and having to evolve that game plan. The Texas A&M game was. It felt like a light bulb moment where, he doesn't trust him to take these shots, but guess what else we can do with him and with the offensive line in the running game. So it's going to be fascinating to watch the game evolve. I find big picture trends in this sport to be utterly fascinating, in college in particular, because we get to be more creative. We get to be more, risky. Coaches don't mind doing things. Like in the NFL, everything is so scrutinized and everything is so serious all the time that I think in college we get to try different schemes. You get to be more creative. You get to do different things, and I think that's what makes college one of the reasons why I love college football.
You also probably could guess that on this show the last few days, last couple of weeks maybe, we've been talking a lot about the offensive line. And yesterday we looked at it and said, okay, Tennessee's trying to improve the offensive line. Look at what Michigan does up front. It's not news that you need really good line play, but wasn't it a reminder, if you're going to try to go win 15-plus games, 14, 15 games to win a title, if that's the ultimate goal, you have to be really good. You have to be among the best up front if you're going to pull that off.
Yeah, and didn't even have their best offensive linemen over the last couple of weeks here in each of these two games. So, no, I agree. And then, again, watch how they shift them. They were overloading with extra tackles and kicking a tackle out and then shifting them to the other side and totally confusing Washington and then running a counter backside, and the run fit was just totally blown up. So, I think it all works together. You got to have smart, creative scheme. You got to have personnel. You got to have good players. You got to have coaching. You got to have kind of all of it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think that's the question: is are we getting back to line of scrimmage? Has always been important, and some of these teams that have won championships have been so dominant. Like whether it's Alabama or Georgia or Clemson, even was really, really good along both lines of scrimmage there for a couple of years. That's always the key to the game. The question again is, I think there's other trends with the offensive line. I think players are not developing like they used to along the offensive line in general, and some of that's the 7-on-7 influx of just you're getting thousands and thousands of reps if you're a quarterback, a running back, a tight end, a receiver, a corner, a safety, a linebacker, and offensive and defensive linemen just don't get reps in the off season, just in general for years, and then all of a sudden you're asked to block okay, and now you need to block this snarling 6'4", 235-pound, 245-pound defensive end who can run a 4.3. Now you're just supposed to know how to do that right away with a couple of weeks of camp. So I think that's some of it. But yeah, I mean, again, stockpiling talent. I hope that's the portal and the NIL allows for a little bit of that. Even if it's just the top end of the talent gets spread out a little bit, that makes for more interesting games. I mean, look at the SEC coming up this year, which I think is going to be just absolutely fascinating and a total mess all at the same time. You could argue Georgia, Alabama, and Texas are the top three teams in the country right now on paper going into 2024. All SEC teams, all difficult schedules. You could also then look down the list and say, all right, well, Ole Miss, Missouri, Tennessee, those are not Tennessee aside, who's had some huge years. Ole Miss and Missouri are not traditional powers in the SEC. Then you talk about LSU, and Florida and Auburn are kind of afterthoughts, and those are powerhouse programs that have won national championships in the last 15 years. So I think what you're seeing in the SEC in 2024 is going to be more spread out competition for the top tier. And if Nico hits, for example, in his special, Tennessee is almost assuredly competing for a playoff spot. We know Brady Cook and Jackson Dart are good at Missouri and Ole Miss. And do they find enough other pieces to spread out the offense and again the defense on both lines of scrimmage to then be competitive? Because we saw Ole Miss against Georgia and Alabama work competitive this year against those top flight talents along the line of scrimmage. And then Lane Kiffin said, "Hey, I got to get more 5-stars," and so he's trying to buy him out of the portal. And can you win that way? I don't know. I think we're going in. I don't think so. I think you can maybe win a game. Maybe you pull an upset in the playoff, but I don't know if you can win 3 or 4 games in the playoff that way. But we're about to find out because the SEC at the top is loaded this year, and it's loaded with good teams with good quarterbacks. And I think that's going to make for a really interesting season.
Breaking Golf, 440 Sports. We've seen Georgia kind of be a program that won 1980, took them a long time, hit some rock bottom moments, and then where they are now, we saw Alabama do the same thing. Michigan had their moments where they went out and hired Rich Rod and did not win. Then they got their guy, and power programs that eventually got back on the top. If you're Tennessee, does Michigan winning the championship give you hope that you could do the same thing, in your opinion?
I mean, certainly, and this is I've argued with so many people about Tennessee on this front because Clemson did. I put Clemson in that group. Clemson was literally a punchline on the air because they couldn't finish games, and then all of a sudden they got the right guy at the right time and the right amount of investment and the right resources and everything else. And like what I always say about any major college football program is there's two different ways to look at them. Number one, no program is immune from bad decision making. Like nobody. Like Alabama's made the two that have made the least mistakes are probably Oklahoma and Ohio State over the years. But like everybody has made bad decisions, almost everybody. And so absolutely that can happen at a place like Tennessee. But the question is, do you have championship DNA sort of in your makeup that you can't really change? Like there's a salary cap in the NFL and you can move locations. Well, those are things that don't exist in college football. And so you sort of either have it or you don't. It's really hard to change your lot. It's more of a caste system than anything else. And until we have a revenue sharing agreement and the TV people come in and say you can only spend X amount on this many athletes and this much on facilities and coaches, until that happens and there's a cap on all this stuff, it's still going to be he who has the gold has the players, and he who has the players wins the championships. And Tennessee's never not had the gold. So I think that's always been my argument to people who are like, oh, Tennessee's lost it, they'll never get it back again. It's like, no, if you get the right person in charge with the right person above that person and the right person above that person, there's no reason to think a program with that level of resources, that type of fan base, and I think, honestly, a far better 6-hour recruiting radius than anyone has ever given Knoxville credit for. You can almost get to Jackson, Mississippi, Valdosta, Georgia, Richmond, Virginia. You can get to Ohio. Like, there's a ton of talent in that 6-hour radius around Knoxville, which I think is better than people think. And so, do you have national championship DNA? And the answer is yes. Unequivocally, the answer is yes. But you got to have the right people in charge. And it does feel like, for the first time since I was in college, that you have the chancellor and the AD and the coach that are all aligned and all doing their jobs like professional adults. And does that mean they're going to win a championship? I have no idea. Does it mean they're good enough to do that? I have no idea. Does it mean there's a chance? Absolutely.
Braden Gall, what can people find if they go check out 440 Sports?
YouTube page, of course. We're all over the Mike Vrabel stuff, which is totally bizarre and captivating in every way. So we're covering all the Titans stuff right now if you care about the Titans. But lots of college football. We never stop. SEC Football Live every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on the 440 Sports YouTube page. We've got a deep dive into Oklahoma football and absolutely some complex conversations about the relationship between the Oklahoma program and the head coach at the University of Tennessee. So we had a deep dive into Oklahoma, myself and a former coworker of mine who covers Oklahoma for a long time. That'll be up on the YouTube page tonight, so make sure you check that out. Go give us a subscription, turn on the notifications, and you'll get a deep dive into the Oklahoma program. There's one on Texas up there already. We're going to hit you with all kinds of good stuff this offseason, diving into a brand-new world of college football. So come on and hang out. We do appreciate it, and thanks for listening and all the other good stuff, rating and reviewing and subscribing, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Oklahoma's first SEC game just so happens to be against
Total
Josh
accident.
Heupel's
Total
Tennessee Vols. Yep.
Love it.
It's funny how coincidences occur.
Love it.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports. We appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, always a pleasure, guys.
Joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline. Jackie in the YouTube chat. I hope this gets fixed. It was so cold yesterday, my computer froze. It was my own fault, though. I left too many windows open.
Oh, yes. All right, there we go. Jackie, that's a good one.
That one delivered. We are live on YouTube, live in the Tri-Cities on AM 640, and, of course, 99.1 The Sports Animal. And we'll continue that football conversation with Tennessee and the sport at large in college football when we come back on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 The Sports Animal's biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of Sports Animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly Sports Animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
If you're looking for a vehicle for you or your business, Freedom Motors has you covered. They want the opportunity to earn your business. They'll work with you to find the right vehicle at the right price, at the right financing for you. Freedom Motors also uses their power with local credit unions to make sure that you get the best deal possible on your next ride. Freedom Motors on Maynardville Pike In Halls, they have a full selection of cars, trucks, vans, campers, RVs, and power sports vehicles, whatever you need. Every vehicle comes with a 90-day warranty, and your financing is guaranteed. Freedom Motors can bring the vehicle right to your front door. Check out the selection at Freedom Motors on Maynardville Pike or online at freedommotors.tn.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Experience the best attractions and restaurants East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices with our Sweet Deal of the Week. Don't miss out. Check out 991thesportsanimal.com and click on Sweet Deal.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com. Hi, this is John with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me. 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. I buy several houses per month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying these houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosed houses. If you own a house and you want to sell it fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
I wish I could get this stupid jar open.
Jars can be tough, am I right?
Who are you? And how'd you get in my kitchen?
It's me, Flo, and I'm here to grant your wish of easily switching to Progressive and helping you get a discount that honors the time spent with your previous insurer.
Great, but what does that have to do with getting this jar open?
Nothing.
So you can't open this?
Oh, I just do insurance. Jars I leave to the professionals.
Sign up for Progressive and opt into more savings. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Super Start battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's Tyler Ivins for Flater Security Systems. Listen, I didn't mean to sneak up on you, but going with the punny joke, how often do you worry of somebody sneaking up on you when you're entering your garage or walking in the front door during a late night at work? How often are you laying in bed at night and you hear things go bump in the night? Are your kids getting home safe? Are they secure when you're stuck in traffic on the interstate and when you're doing those vacations? Who's keeping an eye on your house, both the good guys and the bad guys? Call the good guys. That's Fleener Security, 544-9964 or online at fleenersecurity.com.
No matter where you go, there we are. Stream us anywhere. 99.1 The Sports Animal on the app or website. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal, on AM 640 The Sports Monster. We want to connect with you. Call or text in 865-656-9900. We'll get to the phone lines in a moment. We'll hit up the text box as the transfer portal continues to be a big part of the conversation. The 12-team playoff as well, as Michigan won the national title 2 nights ago. So we're in a new era, 12-team playoff beginning with 2024. We'll get to some more Tennessee basketball before the hour and show ends, as the Vols will play at Mississippi State tonight. 7 o'clock tip-off, 6:30 Vol Network coverage. Tennessee favored by 2 points. That's one basket on the road against the Bulldogs, 0-1 in conference play, needing a win tonight.
It sounds like a easy bet right there.
That also can be how they get you. But maybe it will be. Maybe it will be tonight. We'll see.
A lot of experience on this team, man.
That has to help going into this kind of game, where you worry about a trap and a team that's in early conference play desperation mode like Mississippi State.
Yeah, hard for me to believe this team. I know I'm not expecting them to play with the same level of efficiency and energy on the road because it's not the same. But I think when it's all said and done, Tennessee should win by more than 2.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
It's up to them to prove that tonight. So 7 o'clock tip, important game for the Vols on the road against Mississippi State, trying to get to 2-0 in conference play. We say hello to Austin on Josh and Swain. Austin, thank you for calling in. What's on your mind today?
Hey, good afternoon, Josh and Swain. Hope you guys are well. Appreciate you taking my call. So I was just curious. So we're talking about transfer portal a lot. It's that time of year. My kind of question / comment, rewind the tape back to this time last year. I think we're all very excited about a big wide receiver transfer we got from Oregon, Deontay Thornton. And I wanted to put this question to you guys specifically, and Swain, you more specifically, because you've played the position at a very high level.
Sorry, Josh.
When you watch Deontay Thornton, I heard that. No, yeah, absolutely. But you watched Deontay Thornton this year, and I don't know how much practice y'all saw. We all watched the games. He came out a little slower, I think, than everyone would have hoped. You see the raw athletic ability he has, the length, the speed, and we were all very excited to watch him come in. So my question is kind of twofold. It's kind of Josh, Swain, what did you all see this year that may have contributed to that? Is it just a byproduct of him needing to be in the system a little bit longer? And then also, too, what do you all think that he could – I'm not done with him. I think he has a chance to really help this team this year, and he adds some depth to that receiver room and may even be able to earn, after Brew and Squirrel, kind of that third receiver slot. I think he has every bit of potential to get that as Brazel or a Mike Matthews does. But what does he have to do this offseason in your minds to kind of be in a position to help this team in 24?
I think it really is simple. It's put in the work. Jalen Hyatt had a similar year in 2021 where he put too many balls on the ground. That's what happened this past year. And, the system, I think he'll get more familiar with what to do, where to line up. We saw him be a little bit more comfortable or not being in the slot but being on the outside. And I think a big reason for that was because of the physicality. I thought he was maybe hearing footsteps a little bit too much. And on the outside, he was able to rest assured he wouldn't get hit after a catch. And so, but it really goes back to him putting in work, to have the confidence to use his hands. I mean, there were times during the season where I questioned if he was a natural ball catcher. That's something that you can work on during the off season. Get on jug machines, strengthening your hands, man, getting that rice bucket. There's things that you can do to gain confidence in your hands. There's a time and place to use your body. There's a time and place to use your arms. But for the most part, man, you want to use your hands. There's a time to put your thumbs down. There's a time to put it up. And I think he just needs to get back to the fundamentals and just relax. I thought he was pressing away too much. I thought when he just relaxed and calmed down, he made some catches, did a really good job in the Kentucky game. Obviously, he made a great play in the Missouri game where he got hurt. But I'm not done with him. I think he can have a nice bounce back year like Jalen Hyatt. But one thing Hyatt did was, man, he got to work. He caught over 10,000 balls that summer before his last year at Tennessee, and that's what Deontay Thornton is going to have to do. He has to go put in the work, simple as that. Don't get caught up in anything else, NIL, social media. Man, put the work in. That's the only thing he needs to worry about doing.
You think continuing on the outside is his best route to success in the future? We're talking about Deontay Thornton, by the way.
By the looks of how he finished the season, yes. But I think if you're Dante Thornton, like you don't just give up playing on the inside. Like just because it didn't work out doesn't mean you just throw your hands up and just say, all right, well, I'm an outside receiver now. No, man, get back in the slot. Work on them hands. Work on being comfortable running routes inside the system, and be a guy that the coaches feel comfortable putting on the outside and the inside. So, but it really just goes back to just him putting in the work and have confidence in his hands and going out making plays and being more of a natural ball catcher.
Yeah, he has the athleticism. I don't think that's been in question, Austin. We appreciate you calling in. Good question. Anything else for us?
No, that's it. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Austin. And there will be more competition at the position with the guys that have brought in. Dante was kind of handed an opportunity, right? I mean, Squirrel, we knew would play, but they raved about his talent, his athleticism, which is real, but the results didn't really come for Dante. But now that Brazel's coming in, 2 freshmen that have real talent in Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley, plus Webb and Nimrod, who have more experience heading into their third year. There's going to be more competition for Thornton to try to be out there on the field in 2024.
That's what you want. You know, if you are Kelsey Pope, Josh Heupel, Joey Halsley, you want more competition at the receiver position. That's what makes other guys better. When Hyatt entered his last season, he had Square White coming in. And Square White was coming to take his spot. And it didn't happen because Hyatt put the work in and performed, but that was the goal. Like, that was the plan. And so you need competition to make you better. So I'm glad that we've brought in some young, really good receivers, whether they are from high school or from the transfer portal. If it wasn't for numbers, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing in more players, honestly. But I understand how the system is, and that can be tough to get 6-7 receivers on the football field during the course of a game.
Has Evan Stewart landed anywhere?
Nope. He has not. But I think, and I really feel bad for Evan Stewart because the talent is undeniable. But to be in this position where you haven't landed somewhere, and I'm not going to believe that it's just because he doesn't want to go somewhere. I'm sure there's some places he wanted to go, and schools just didn't want to get in a serious conversation with him about that.
I didn't bring his name up, by the way, to imply that he'll end up at Tennessee. I brought it up.
No, he's not coming to Tennessee.
Right.
I mean, we've been really clear in that. That's not going to happen. But, I mean, he's a guy that he's probably the most talented receiver right now in the portal. And not too long ago, there were a lot of fans here in Tennessee was wondering why the heck are we not pursuing him, as if like Tennessee was doing something wrong. Well, you have to understand, staff do their research, they do their homework, and they determine whether a guy's a good fit or not, even though they have talent. And some athletes just need to understand your talent doesn't mean you can do anything and everything that you want. Your talent is not good enough alone. It's not. It's not good enough. It used to be good enough, but it's not good enough anymore. You have to be a good teammate. You have to be coachable. You have to be intelligent. You have to be a good leader. Like, there's other intangibles you must possess besides pure talent if you want to go far. Like, if you want to be the MVP in your youth league, all you need is talent. Good job, Timmy. You've peaked at 7. But, like, if you want to be a guy that really does something, man, you got to bring all that other stuff to the table, too.
Very random, and we'll get out of here because I don't know how many people care. But, you know, he has 2.1 million followers on TikTok.
Who?
Evan Stewart. His latest TikTok post, though, would perhaps indicate why teams aren't jumping at Evan Stewart in the portal.
You care to clarify the latest post, or is this?
Well, it's a screenshot of a tweet that I don't think I can read on the air.
There it is.
We'll come back on Josh and Swain. 30 minutes to go. We have an attaboy to hand out. We continue to invite you to join us. 865-656-9900 to be a part of the show. It is Josh and Swain.
Win yourself a limited edition Sports Animal Game Day towel powered by Food City. Just listen for the when and where. Then wave your Sports Animal Game Day towel cheering on the Vols from Food City, your official supermarket of the Vols. And 99.1 The Sports Animal. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Fifth-ranked Tennessee takes its 7-game win streak on the road into Starkville, Mississippi tonight as the Vols take on Mississippi State in SEC play. The Vols are coming off a conference opening win over Ole Miss over the weekend, while the Bulldogs are coming off an SEC opening loss to South Carolina. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Catch the game right here with coverage starting at 6:30 on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Other ranked teams in men's college hoops tonight at 7 o'clock. Number 3 Kansas battles UCF. Number 21 Clemson takes on Virginia Tech. At 8 o'clock, NC State hosts number 7 North Carolina. 13th ranked Memphis gets UTSA. At 8:30, 4th ranked UConn battles Xavier. Ohio State takes on number 15 Wisconsin. At 9 o'clock, number 9 Oklahoma faces TCU, and number 11 Marquette welcomes Butler. Couple of NBA games tonight. Celtics get the Timberwolves at 7. Sixers face the Hawks at 7:30. Pelicans take on the Warriors at 8:30, and the Raptors get the Clippers at 10:30. I'm Joel Silverberg.
The National Baseball Federation, the oldest-running amateur baseball organization in the country, has reached an agreement to make Christenberry Park the home baseball complex of the NABF. Christenberry Park will host sanctioned tournaments for all age groups from 6 and under to 18 and under and girls softball beginning in March 2024 on turf. For more details and to sign up your team, text the word BAT, that's B-A-T, to 865-656-9900. Text BAT to 656-9900.
There are so many reasons to experience Peak IV hydration for yourself. Peak IV hydration delivers the fluids and essential nutrients that you need directly to the bloodstream. For athletes, Peak IV hydration has sport-specific IV treatments designed to optimize your body's potential. For immune defense, they offer antioxidants as well as vitamin C and zinc, and nothing beats a hangover like Peak IV hydration. It's Peak IV hydration, 906 Sevier Avenue in Knoxville, or online, peakivhydration.com.
It's basketball time in Tennessee. Union Place Bar and Grill off Chambliss Avenue in Bearden is the only place to be. 24 TVs, including a 160-inch video wall in the dining room, a game room with billiards, shuffleboard, darts, golden tee, buck hunter, and video poker, and a huge outdoor courtyard perfect for tailgating with beautiful scenery, a covered area, and live music every weekend. You can't lose, unless you don't show up. Union Place Bar and Grill off Chambliss Avenue. Follow them on Facebook for daily specials. Union Place Bar and Grill. This must be the place.
This is John Wilkerson. I've got a question for you. Are you trying to figure out all the new LED lighting options available for your commercial building, parking lot, or even your home? Well, you're not alone. And I have good news for you. Commercial Lighting Supply, located in Knoxville, stocks the newest and best lighting options that are available. So whether you're building a home, upgrading an office or a warehouse, or just simply replacing existing lighting, Commercial Lighting Supply has what you need. They carry a full line of LEDs, fluorescents, fixtures, and ballasts in stock. Remember, when buying lights, they are not all created equal, and Commercial Lighting has a full team of product experts who will not only meet your needs, but exceed your lighting expectations. Located 1485 Amherst Road in Knoxville, stop by or give them a call, 865-558-0080 for all your lighting needs. Again, that number, 865-558-0080. Give Commercial Lighting a call today.
And now, the Marketing Minute. Do you know what Link Juice is? No? It's not the newest drink that you can buy at the grocery store. But if you're in business and your competitor is drinking lots of it, well, it could mean they're stealing customers from you. Why? Link juice is a term that refers to your website's inbound and outbound links. It helps search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing verify how trustworthy your site is. So, for example, if your site is linked to another with a good page rank, Link Juice will be carried forward to your site, improving your ranking. At Cumulus Digital, we can help your website create Link Juice. With our powerful new C-Suite services, our marketing consultants help businesses improve their ranking, and that's important because higher search ranking usually means more customers and leads for you. Want to find out more about Link Juice? Go online to cumulusdigital.com. We're Cumulus Media, delivering the best in radio and internet advertising.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. They're proud to be known for their outstanding hometown customer service. They've been doing things that way for over 60 years. Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling, and you can even shop for tires and see their current stock right from your computer or smartphone. They invite you to stop in to one of their convenient 5 locations, or come see them online at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service. Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Matlock Tire. This report is sponsored by Tire Rack. Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Staying cloudy for the rest of this Wednesday afternoon, a high reaching near 42. Overnight, we fall down to 34 degrees, but it feels like we're in the 30s. 52 is the high coming up on Thursday with more sunshine. Then we've got a first alert weather day for you on Friday with gusty winds. Showers and storms will be with us throughout the course of the afternoon. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Granger.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by McKeon Law Group. Some law firms specialize in one thing, but there's one here in East Tennessee that specializes in them all. Call Jed McKeon and the McKeon Law Group, 294-8008 and attorney-knoxville.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1, the sports animal.
Don't let those special anniversaries and birthdays and things like that, those special occasions.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We have a lot to get to here. We're going to hand out an Add a Girl on today's show here in just a moment. Have a question and answer in the YouTube chat and news that is developing.
Ooh.
Pete Carroll is out as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, it appears he will be an advisor with the franchise. So this is developing. The story itself from ESPN.com with Adam Schefter reporting the news hadn't even updated yet in the body of the story itself. But the subheader on the post on the main page, Pete Carroll will no longer serve as the Seahawks head coach and will move into an advisory role with the franchise. So there's another big-time opening in the NFL, Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, if we are replaying history with Pete Carroll, that would mean that a scandal's coming out with the Seahawks soon. Because he got out at the right time at USC to take the Seahawks job before that scandal hit.
Is DK Metcalf going to have to vacate Pro Bowl selection, something like that?
He fighting too much, man. He fighting like Anthony Mason, like Draymond Green.
DK?
Like DK Metcalf is a Draymond Green of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fighting so much, man. You know what? Keep fighting. It's entertaining.
It is. So there's some news in the NFL. Pete Carroll out. Bill Belichick watch continues in New England. Nothing official yet.
Mike Vrabel fired.
With Bill Belichick.
May be out. Pete Carroll out. But Matt Eberflus, he's back with the Bears, baby.
Hey,
that makes sense.
24 to 25 hours ago, I think our initial reaction to what Tennessee Titans fans were saying was, better get this next hire right, because Titans fans don't seem to be on board. Nothing has changed with what I've seen in terms of what fans are expecting. Overall, I think they like Vrabel and are going to say, okay, better get this hire right.
You know what? I think it's pretty neat that a fan base doesn't want their coach to be fired, not happy with their coach being fired.
Yeah, I
usually
agree.
when you have a season that's disappointing, everybody wants that coach fired. Everyone wants the next person.
Titans fans have Vrabel's back.
Yeah, man.
Everybody got his back.
Everybody got his back.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for hanging out with us. Right now, let's hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. We hand out an Attagirl today. That is to Lady Vols basketball player Rakia Jackson, who has been back for a few weeks and has made an impact. Her absence was felt. She was out for, I believe, 8 games for Tennessee. She is the SEC Player of the Week. Swain, she received honors from the U.S. Basketball Writers Association, naming her as one of 5 Ann Myers-Drysdale National Player of the Week honorees, Southeastern Conference honors, and honors from the Tennessee Sports Writers Association and the AP. As UT noted, she has been on a tear since returning from that 8-game hiatus due to injury. She's helped Tennessee reel off 5 straight wins. She averaged a double-double of 25.5 points and 13 rebounds last week. So both SEC and national honors to Rakia Jackson.
Let's go.
Nobody was doubting the importance of her to Tennessee's team.
No, not at all. She's a top 5 pick in the WNBA, probably top 3. She is skilled in the post. She's a bucket. Can shoot it from the outside, can handle it, get the rebound and go in transition. She's one of the best players in the country. And I'm glad that not only did she come back and play well and help Tennessee win some games, but she's back to herself playing at a high level. That's really good to see.
Yeah, 19 boards in that comeback win against Auburn. She had a double-double in the second half.
That's ridiculous.
And they needed it. So, SEC and national honors for Rakia Jackson. We hand out an Attagirl to Rakia today, and every day we hand out Attaboys and Attagirls thanks to Native Design and Hardscape. You can check out nativetn.com to see the work that Jacob Dunaway and his team have done and see how they can help you with your outdoor space. That's at your home. If you need help with your business's outdoor space, get in touch with Native Design and Hardscape. Call 865-310-3256. Native Design and Hardscape, Knoxville's premier landscaping and hardscape designer. Another question for 2024 and beyond with Tennessee's personnel in our final segment coming up, plus the power poll.
Let's go.
As we come back on Josh and Swain.
Don't let those special anniversaries and birthdays and things like that, those special occasions, sneak up on you. Take a minute and think, what's happening in 2024 and how can you celebrate it in a big way? Well, you can celebrate it in a big way with jewelry from my jewelry store, TK Wheeler Jewelers. TK Wheeler Jewelers, located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge. They have been part of my life for the better part of 8 years. I turned 40 last year and got a beautiful, I call it a starter diamond tennis bracelet, but it's more like a JV. This thing is beautiful and can even be added to through the years as more of those milestones pop up. I wear a beautiful pair of diamond stud earrings from TK Wheeler Jewelers, and my engagement ring, it was a one-of-a-kind TK original. That's more affordable than you think. If you're thinking about popping the big question, or you've got a big anniversary or birthday that's on the horizon in 2024, start shopping now at TK Wheeler Jewelers, because those big moments need to be celebrated in a big way. And that means you need TK Wheeler Jewelers.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, this is Chef David Rule. Looking for a barbecue experience like no other? Head on down to Trotter's Barbecue in the heart of historic downtown Sevierville. At Trotter's, we're all about the whole hog. We're talking about slow smoke perfection that's packed with flavor. It's authentic Smoky Mountain barbecue made with locally raised hogs. Open 7 days a week from 11 to 8 in historic downtown Sevierville. Check us out at trottersbbq.com to see our mouthwatering menu. Catering at to-go packs available. Trotter's Whole Hog Barbecue. A taste of the Smoky Mountains in every bite.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-813-8757 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-813-8757. That's 800-813-8757. What do you have to lose? Call 800-813-8757. Again, 800-813-8757.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bragg with Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness. Our weight loss program uses cutting-edge modern-day science while utilizing over 40 years of research to determine a personalized blueprint for your weight loss. We are proud to be Strong Science certified. The Strong Science certification validates the guarantee that you will safely experience significant weight loss in 40 days and you'll sustain it. Let us guide you on a journey to a healthier you. Call 865-444-2189 or visit braggweightlossandwellness.com.
I'm Michael Hill, and I started June the 6th of 2021. First 40 days, I lost 46 pounds. And a year later, I was down 100 pounds. My body, my knees, just my whole life getting back where it needs to be. You know, he gives you your supplements. You're buying your own food, fixing your own meals. You're prepping your own meals. And it's stuff you really like. If you've been in trouble with weight like I have all my life, this man will help you get your mind right, will help you get where you need to be. Just like he says on his commercial, follow the rules, follow the science, and it will work.
Hi, it's me, Tracy King at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and you'll receive your home's highest cash offers in seconds. Text your address to me at 505-7455 and start packing.
99.1 The Sports Animal is always as close as your phone. Download our Sports Animal app and we're there 24/7.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Final segment of today's show, Josh and Swain. We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for listening or watching, however you have done so. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We'll have Tennessee basketball to react to. Ooh. 7 o'clock tip, 6:30 Vol Network coverage.
Go Vols!
For Tennessee against Mississippi State. You taking the Vols tonight?
Oh, yeah.
By 3+?
Absolutely.
Okay. So will I. Kiss of death from Josh and Swain.
Kiss of life.
If we are wrong, I will take zero responsibility. We'll see what happens, but I'm not expecting Tennessee by 26, but I do think Tennessee will play well. Veterans step up and help lead the way, get the win tonight.
Yeah, if we're wrong, I'm blaming Uros.
Oh, man. Hashtag blame Uros. Poor guy.
I'm just joking, man. I love me some Uros.
We'll get to this one quickly because I promise we'll be talking about it again tomorrow and the day after in the next 7.5 months. But Coach Rice in the YouTube chat asked, hey, Jason, what are your thoughts on the 2025 potential O-line after 24? That position could be a nightmare if we don't develop guys or pull several from the portal. Yeah, 2025 is of note as well with the offensive line.
Yeah.
24 comes first, so that's what they're trying to take care of right now. But a guy like Lance Hurd, the watch is on. Austin Price joined us in the middle of the 1 o'clock hour. Recommend you go back and listen. No exact timeline on when news could come, but he's important because he's talented and has multiple years of eligibility remaining. He will enter his second year in college. But Tennessee versus Oklahoma for Lance Hurd, and the dialogue has continued, and Tennessee needs Lance Hurd.
You can't lose Oklahoma on the football field this fall and for Lance Hurd.
Yep.
You can't let Oklahoma beat you.
Yep. So I would say there to wrap up, the concerns for 2025 are real. The potential is still there to develop guys that have arrived like Sham Umarov and Bison Lang in the 24 class that just signed, and somebody like Lance Hurd, if he comes in, got to get Lance Hurd, it would seem, for 2024 and beyond. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. We'll talk more Tennessee basketball tomorrow starting at 12 o'clock. Before we hand things over to Tyler and Will, let's hit the power poll.
Captain, we're losing power in the warp engine.
Nuclear power pants.
What's up? I'm Kenny Powers.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I have the power!
With great power comes great responsibility.
Full power, Mr. Scott.
12 o'clock.
Let's do it. Peace out, Tri-Cities, Knoxville.
See if anything happens there in the transfer portal in the next, let's say, 21 hours. Tennessee hoops to talk about tomorrow as well. A lot to talk about on Tyler and Will coming up next. Thanks for listening to Josh and Swain.